Chapter 2781 Tai Sui. Junyang, even with Junhegyu's help, it's just a little more certain. Miaoan shook his head. No matter what, you must give it a try. If you are really selected, you will be greatly nurtured by the Taizhu Palace, and you may even surpass your mother Xuanmiao Palace Master in the future. Zhen Yang said. The Xuanmiao Palace Master of Taizhu Palace is an existence of the 5th level Supreme Tao Realm. Although it is not powerful among the many Palace Masters of the entire Taizhu Palace, the 5th layer Supreme Tao Realm is already a very powerful Supreme Tao Realm. Palace Master Xuanmiao has dozens of heirs, and Miaoan does not get many resources from Palace Master Xuanmiao. Only by getting the resources of the entire Taizhu Palace can he truly grow up. Junyang, there are still a few forces, and I have to win over them. If they are willing to send some Supreme Tao Realm to help me, then I can hope to surpass other Supreme Tao Realm seeds in Taizhu Palace and win the 2nd level Tao Realm quota. Miaoan rode. It is good. Junyang nodded. Soon, time passed slowly. The geniuses of the Tao Realm in Taizhu Palace are trying their best to win over one by one to the Tao Realm, just to get the places that Taizhu Palace has vigorously cultivated. Each place represents the future. Gradually, the time to compete for the places is approaching. This day, Yi Tian and many elders of Junhe Valley came to the 9th strange land near Xuanline Mountain, where there is also an ancient giant city, Xuanline Mountain City, which is under the command of Taizhu Palace. In the past, Xuanline Mountain City didn't have many to Tao Realm. But at this time, Xuanline Mountain City was full of Tao Realm powerhouses. Almost all of them entered the Xuanline Mountain Realm to assist Taizhu Palace to achieve Tao Realm genius. There are so many realms here. After Yi Tian came here, he secretly said. Soon, he met Miaoan of Taizhu Palace and Junyang, the son of Junhe Valley Master. These two are both in the 2nd level Tao Realm, but Yi Tian estimates that they are not opponents of his real body. Of course, his Dongguang copy body is naturally not their opponent. But once entering the Xuanline Mountain Realm, the strength of these two will inevitably be suppressed, and it is difficult to exert too strong strength, so it is not necessarily his opponent. After all, he created the supernatural power, and they did not necessarily create the supernatural power. When Miaoan saw that all the powerhouses he had recruited had come, he said, Everyone, thank you for helping me. The reward promised before will definitely be offered afterwards. In addition, for your safety, this time I will all give each of you an armor weapon with 2 lines to Tao level. Wow! A piece of armor appeared, and it was the standard armor made by the Taizhu Palace. This was a real 2nd level weapon, and it was a defense level weapon, so its value was not low. In general, there are at most 1 or 2 patterned weapons to the Tao level, but most of the 1st level to Tao level weapons definitely don't have 2 pattern level weapons, let alone defensive armor weapons. It doesn't mean that they can't afford it, but it is very difficult to refine 2 pattern to Tao level weapons, and the quantity is scarce, and most forces will not sell them. Therefore, many of the 1st level Tao level weapons present did not have the 2nd level Tao level weapons. At this time, a 1st level Taoist realm excitedly said, Lord Miaoan, is this 2-patterned Tao level armor completely given to us? Miaoan shook his head, of course not, it's just for you to use temporarily to ensure your safety. The value of Erwin to Tao level weapons is not low, if you really want it, you can, but the benefits you get later will be reduced accordingly. Seeing this, these 1st level to Tao realms may be a little disappointed, but when they think of the benefits that they may obtain later, they gradually look forward to it. Sudden, Miaoan took out a scroll. This is the scroll of the Oath of the Supreme Tao, everyone should sign it. Miaoan said. These Supreme Tao realms know that they need to sign the Supreme Tao Pledge, otherwise they will not be at ease with each other, and Miaoan will not be at ease. Then, a person who is in the realm of the Tao signed the Oath of the Tao, so that they are a whole during this period of time, and no one dares to betray. After signing the agreement, Miaoan said, Everyone, after entering the Xuanline Mountain Realm, everything must obey my arrangements. After all, my understanding of the Xuanline Mountain Realm must be far beyond yours. Without my permission, any Supreme Tao Realm is not allowed. Leave without permission. 1. Yes. Many to Tao Realm nodded their heads one after another. Another time passed. It's time to enter the Xuanline Mountain Realm. The Xuanline Mountain Realm is the 9th strange place. There are many resources in it. Generally, outsiders are not allowed to enter. But this time, they were undoubtedly dipped in Miaoan's light before they could enter. But in fact, these Tao Realm only know that 9th land is somewhat dangerous, but they don't know how much danger it is. The cognition of this place only exists in hearing, and there is not too much worry or fear in my heart. But it won't be long before they will have a new understanding of the ninth strange place in the Xuanline Mountain realm. In front of a glorious void gate, a statue of Tezu guard of Tezu Palace is stationed here. These Tezu guards are all men, and the disciples of Tezu Palace are all women, and if a man wants to join the Tezu Palace, he can only take the path of Tezu guard. The Tezu guards are all in the Dao realm, the captains of the guards are all in the second-level Dao realm, and the commander-in-chief who leads a group of Tezu guards is in the third-level Dao realm. Taisaway has 1 emperor, 10 monarchs, and 36 generals, among which all 36 generals are all 4th-level Taoist, and the 10 emperors are 5th-level Taoist. Taisaway is the most powerful emperor. It is the 6th level to the realm of Dao. And Taisaway is only under the command of Tezu Palace, which shows how terrifying the real Tezu Palace is. And Wuji Tiangong is much stronger than Tezu Palace, so it is even more terrifying. In the past, Yi Tian didn't have a chance for the power of Wuji Tiangong, but now it is the ultimate way. At the beginning, Wuji Tiangong wanted to keep a low profile in the cultivation of Wuji Supreme Dao fruit, so it only dispatched a guardian of the highest Dao realm, just didn't want to attract attention, but unexpectedly Li Deshao favored Yi Tian. Of course, until now, I don't know the effect of Wuji, and I dare not listen to it. Stop, Tai Suwei intercepted Yi Tian and the others. Even if Miaoan came with a group of Dao realm, it still needs to be checked. Soon, the inspection was over, and many Dao realm followed Miaoan into the Xuanline Mountain realm. Feather, void transformation, as if spanning infinite time and space. Soon, a supreme Taoist realm came to the Xuanline Mountain realm. At this time, some of the second-level Dao realm felt the suppression of the rules of Xuanline Mountain, and their expressions changed. On the other hand, there is no feeling in the first-level Dao realm, as if it is almost the same as the outside world. Familiarize yourself with the rules here as soon as possible, or the battle will be affected. Miaoan reminded. Yes, those who were in the second-level Dao realm responded in succession. Chapter 2782 to the Dodgers Xuanming Drum. Fourth more. It didn't take long for these two-level Taoists to gradually adapt to the rules here. Wow, an illusory map appeared in front of Miaoan, with the standard locations on it. In an instant, one of the positions began to zoom in. Everyone, our first destination is here, Mountain Ghost Territory. There is a resource in the Mountain Ghost Territory, called Zidao Ghost Stone, which is one of the many materials that Tezu Palace needs. Everyone should not be aware of the situation of the mountain ghosts, so let me tell you. The mountain ghosts are mainly dominated by a group of creatures called Xuanline Mountain Ghosts. Most of these creatures are the first-level Dao realm, and a few are the second-level Dao realm. Their intelligence is not high, but their combat effectiveness is not weak. You are equipped with Irwin Zidao armor, and you have a strong life-saving ability. I need you to join forces. Stop these Xuanline Mountain Ghosts, and I go to find the Ghost Stone of the Dao. Once you find enough Ghost Stones, retreat immediately. Don't even think about killing this group of Xuanline Mountain Ghosts. They are quite numerous, and their strength is not weak. We still don't have the ability to kill them. Moreover, we also have to defend ourselves. For the other attacks of the Supreme Dao Realm in Tezu Palace, for the sake of this place, those Supreme Dao Realm may directly snatch it. After Miaoan finished speaking, these Taoists had a general understanding of the situation. Afterwards, they started to go to Mountain Ghost Territory. Along the way, they will also encounter other creatures, some of which are comparable to the second-level 517 Dao Realm, but they are all killed by many Dao Realm. Of course, they are still very careful. After all, there is still an extremely terrifying thing in the Xuanline Mountain realm, the Dao Strange Thing. These supernatural beings are both opportunities and incomparably terrifying things. When they encounter the ordinary two-level supernatural realm, they will be killed instantly, and there is not even a trace of resistance here. However, Miaoan has a way to drive away the strange things, so he dares to enter here. It's almost time for the mountain ghost. 1. Miaoan shouted. RRR. The sound of drums suddenly sounded between the heavens and the earth, and the sound of the drums made everyone in the Dao realm feel uncomfortable and dizzy. They are all in the Dao realm, making them all dizzy. How abnormal this is. Immediately afterwards, the void in the distance distorted, and a strange figure emerged, holding a huge giant drum behind it. The most wonderful thing, Xuanming Drum. Miaoan's face changed drastically. The ninth strange land, Xuanline Mountain, has the most extraordinary objects, but it does not mean that they will encounter them. The possibility of encountering the most extraordinary objects in the periphery is not high. But I didn't expect to come in such a short time. I encountered a strange thing. At this time, the weaker first-level Tao realm body has already begun to crack. If it delays for a few more seconds, they will all die. Miaoan no longer hesitated, and took out a black scroll, which was covered with all kinds of inscription patterns. In an instant, countless rays of light bloomed, illuminating this piece of heaven and earth. As soon as the Dodger's Xuanming drum was illuminated by this light, it immediately retreated. Master Xuanmiao, what is this? There are some who are in the realm of fear. It's really the most terrifying thing, the Xuanming drum. That terrifying aura seems to be able to kill them by revealing a little bit. That is the most mysterious thing, the Xuanming drum. It is the most magical thing born under the operation of the rules of the Tao. Although they are powerful, they must follow certain rules. The Teizu Palace has a way to expel them, but it is only a short-term confusion. Let's go now and don't linger here. Mysterious said, it is good. They followed Xuanmiao quickly, and soon came to the mountain ghost. Because they have just encountered the Tao strange thing, many of the Tao realm are a little scared and worried. I originally thought that this time it was just a little adventure, but I didn't expect so many uncertain factors. At this moment, some Supreme Tao realm even regretted it. But they have signed the oath and entered the Xuanline mountain realm again, and there is no way to regret it. To the Dodgers, something interesting. It was the first time Etienne had heard of this kind of thing, obviously because he had too little knowledge before. This kind of strange thing is very scary and dangerous, but he feels that the value of the strange thing must be very high. He saw both fear and a trace of desire in his mysterious eyes. If he was able to kill the Xuanming drum, the most extraordinary thing, he believed that Xuanmiao would definitely kill it at all costs. But it is a pity that the strength gap between the two sides is too great, and it is impossible to kill them at all. The strength of this supernatural thing is probably comparable to the 4th-level supernatural realm. The key is that it can exert its strength in the Xuanline mountain realm. All the 2nd-level supernatural realms can't kill the supernatural thing, Xuanming drum. I don't know if my real body cultivation base has broken through to the 1st-level Tao realm. Is there any hope of competing with the Tao strange object Xuanming drum? Maybe try it later. Mountain Ghost Leader, Xuanmiao has led many Tao realm to come here. At this time, Yi Tian had already sensed the mysterious mountain ghosts leading the mountain ghosts by duplicating his talent. There are a lot of Xuanline mountain ghosts, all of them are in the realm of the Tao, and these creatures are clearly the race of the realm of Tao. Yi Tian secretly said. Xuanmiao looked around and found no other supreme Tao realm, so he was relieved. Obviously, the destination chosen by other Tao realm is not here, so it is less targeted. Quickly fight, you can stop this group of Xuanline mountain ghosts. Xuanmiao ordered. Boom. These Supreme Tao realms shot one after another, and the two-patterned Supreme Tao armor on the body was fully opened. Kill. Many Tao realm killed the group of Xuanline mountain ghosts, and even Junhe Valley Master and Junyang also shot. Yi Tian naturally also shot, but he did not display the powerful Supreme Tao rules and Supreme Tao divine ability, and only showed the law-abiding strength. Boom. All the ghosts of Xuanline mountain came out and fought with this group of Tao realm. There are probably 2 white-headed Xuanline mountain ghosts here, and their number and strength are stronger than those of the Supreme Tao realm present, but the Supreme Tao realm present are blessed with many treasures and life-saving things, so this is the only way to compete. They tried their best to stop this group of Xuanline mountain ghosts, and even tried their best to trap them. Seeing that this group of Supreme Tao realm stopped Xuanline mountain ghost, Miaoan began to act. She began to look for the ghost stone, which is easy to recognize and easy to find. Soon, she found a ghost stone and collected it immediately. Miaoan was in a very good mood as one after another was found. And not far from the mountain ghost territory, some figures gradually emerged. The leader is another supreme genius of Teizu Palace, Mingya. At this time, Mingya also sensed the fluctuations in the battle of the mountain ghost leader, so she used a secret treasure to spy on it. Miaoan even chose this place. Mingya frowned slightly. Chapter 2783 Get rid of the first. Mingya knew that Miaoan was also one of her competitors. There were only 6 places in the 2nd-level Tao realm, and the places were too few. But there is no way, the main objects of Teizu Palace are the geniuses in the 3rd-level Taoist realm, and the cultivation of the 2nd-level Taoist realm is only incidental. With a little cultivation of the top 3rd-level Taoist realm, it is expected to break through to the 4th-level Taoist realm, and it will not be difficult to become the 5th-level Taoist realm in the future. And the 5th-level Taoist realm is the backbone of the Teizu Palace. It would be even better if a few 6th-level Taoist realms could be cultivated. Any 6th level to Tao realm is the top combat power of Teizu Palace. I've already arrived here, if I change places, maybe other places will be occupied. Mingya thought so. Soon, she showed a sinister look. There is too much competition for the second level to Dao realm, and Miaoan is her competitor again. She wants to eliminate Miaoan. She couldn't kill Miaoan, but if she killed Miaoan's subordinates, she could not do it. At that time, if Miaoan has no support, don't even think about finding more material resources in the Xuanline Mountain realm, which is equivalent to, it is completely eliminated. Certainly, she wouldn't kill him directly, it would also make her subordinates' supreme realm suffer heavy losses, and it would not be worth it. Normalization, Mingya shouted. Master Mingya, a second-level Taoist who was shrouded in black robes came out and respectfully said to Mingya. Mingya began to command. Return, your life-saving ability is very strong, and you have the supernatural powers of speed. Mother asked you to protect me, but now I need you to do one thing. Master Mingya, please order. Gui Yi said quickly. Mingya instructed. Just before, we encountered an ancient dragon of the Tao. That ancient dragon caused us a lot of trouble, and we lost an ancient dragon of the Tao. I want you to take that ancient dragon to the Tao. Introduce the mountain ghost step by step to create trouble for Miaoan and the others. The supreme Tao realm under Miaoan is fighting against the Xuanline mountain ghost in the mountain ghost leader, which is very difficult. Gai knew that this mission was a bit dangerous, but he didn't say anything, and immediately said, yes, Lord Mingya. Immediately, he went to lead to Dao Gulong. And Mingya took the other Dao realm to withdraw a little distance, so as not to encounter the Dao ancient dragon. It's good to watch the play next. Mingya murmured. Time passed slowly. Gai soon attracted Zidao Gulong, leading towards the mountain ghost. But the strength of Zidao ancient dragon is too strong. In order to attract it, Wei must touch it again and again, and naturally it is not lightly injured. Of course, if he chooses to escape, he can easily escape, but his purpose is to lead Zidao Gulong into the mountain ghost territory. Finally, Zidao Gulong came to the mountain ghost collar. Mountain ghost leader, Yi Tian and the others are still fighting with the Xuanline mountain ghost. He is the first to sense the arrival of the ancient dragon of the Supreme Tao, and he also senses another Supreme Tao realm, return to one. In an instant, he understood what had happened. However, he did not remind the numerous Supreme Tao realms. After all, the other Supreme Tao realm has not discovered it yet, and it will undoubtedly be very strange for him to discover it for the first time. But after a few seconds, the other realms of the Tao were discovered. To Dao Gulong, damn it, who is that guy, that actually attracted the ancient dragon? No, it's a complete trouble now. These Supreme Tao realm panicked, and if they panicked, they would be unable to compete with these Xuanline mountain ghosts. The other side, Miaoan also knew that Zidao Gulong was coming, and his expression changed. The strength of the Supreme Tao ancient dragon is extremely powerful. Although it is not in the third-level Tao realm, it is also at the top in the second-level Tao realm. Even if all the Tao realms are added together, the Tao ancient dragon cannot be killed, but it will suffer heavy losses. When encountering the ancient dragon, there is only one way, and that is to escape. But now, the Supreme Tao realm under her command is fighting with the Xuanline mountain ghost. Although they stopped the Xuanline mountain ghost, they were also stopped by the Xuanline mountain ghost, and it was too late to escape. Can't continue to search for the ghost stone of the Tao. She passed by immediately. Soon, when she saw Zidao Gulong, her face was extremely solemn. Withdraw, Miaoan ordered. Therefore, these to the Tao border fight and retreat. Soon, a first-level Taoist realm was killed, and even with the two-patterned Taoist armor, he could not save his life. It didn't take long for this group to completely collapse and disintegrate. No matter how Miaoan ordered them to unite, it was of no use. Damn, Miaoan was extremely angry. She knew very well that there was a Dao Gulong who was about to arrive at the Dao realm just now, and it was most likely sent by her own competitor. It's safe. Yi Tian has already escaped from the mountain ghosts and came to a strange place, and there are no other supreme realms around. This is a great opportunity, and I have to make a second copy of the body, so I can get rid of Miaoan and roam the Xuanline mountain realm. Yi Tian murmured. With his strength, even if it is very dangerous to run alone, he can duplicate his body again and again. Even if he is killed, it doesn't matter. If you get something good, you will make a lot of money. Soon, he was duplicating a second duplicate body. Immediately afterwards, his second cloned body began to clone the third cloned body. After the clone was made, he stayed away from here and explored the path step by step, lest he would meet Miaoan later and be exposed. It didn't take long for him to receive a message from Miaoan and meet in one place. Subsequently, He immediately rushed to the place Miao and said. A period of time passed, and one by one came back to the Dao realm. They are very clear that rushing in the Xuanline Mountain realm alone will definitely lead to death. Even the top second level Dao realm will be instantly killed when encountering the Dao strange object. If you want to live, you still have to follow Miaoan. Miaoan was still in a bad mood when she saw that everyone from the Dao realm came back. She knew very well that this time, she feared that she had lost a lot of Dao realm, and the strength of her subordinates was greatly reduced, and it would be more difficult to compete for resources later. When all the people who were supposed to come came, they found that there were 21 less to the Dao realm. The loss is too great, Miaoan said angrily. On the other side, Mingya was in a good mood, although Miaoan's men were not wiped out, but they suffered heavy losses. This is enough. In the following days, Yi Tian's other cloned bodies were constantly roaming the Xuanline Mountain realm, but they often encountered danger and were directly killed. However, he also approached the depths of Xuanline Mountain step by step. Here, he is unlikely to encounter the supreme Dao realm of the Teizu Palace. After all, it is too dangerous here. If a large number of supreme Dao realm come here, there will be heavy losses, and even the entire army will be wiped out. There is no Teizu Palace to Dao realm here. I can directly copy my real body and copy my body, and I won't be discovered by them. Yi Tian decided to Taoist corpse. Chapter 2784 The Collapsed Miaoan Team, Second More. Start copying the real body and copying the body. 1. Yi Tian's true copy body quickly condensed. Boom. Powerful aura permeated from the cloned body of the real body. Although it was only the 9th time to balance the realm, its real strength far surpassed the cloned body of Dongguang in the first level Dao realm. Hey, my strength has not been suppressed. Yi Tian was surprised. He remembered that when the second level Dao realm entered here, his strength would be greatly suppressed, but he was not suppressed. That's right, in terms of realm, I'm the equivalent of 9 awakened primordial and upper realm overlords, not the second level Dao realm. In other words, I can fully exert my own strength. What this means, he is very clear, even if it is an invincible existence in the second level to the Dao, in the Xuanline Mountain realm, he will be easily killed by him. Here, he is truly an existence without, May 17th, enemies. Certainly, if he encounters the most amazing thing, he still can't beat it. Looking for resources here next. Yi Tian began to search again and again, and the Xuanline Mountain realm, as the 9th strange land, naturally has many, and they are all good things. Any kind of resource is precious to the Dao realm. Especially the resources in the depths of the Xuanline Mountains, any one is enough to make the first level Dao realm and the second level Dao realm crazy. But it's also really dangerous here. No, Yi Tian didn't go deep into this place for a long time, and he encountered a strange thing. In the distance, a human-shaped phantom appeared, and above the phantom, a slender sword appeared. The sword body was filled with countless patterns, exuding a terrifying atmosphere of the rules of the Dao. To dodgers. Moreover, Yi Tian felt that this supreme wonder was more terrifying than the Xuanming drum. But what such a strange thing is, he doesn't know. Swish. Yi Tian was about to escape, but his body was completely annihilated in an instant. One hit, instant kill. Call. Yi Tian's other real body clones gasped for breath, and his eyes showed horror. What a terrifying thing, my body didn't react, and I was killed. According to what Miaoan said, it is very easy to encounter the most extraordinary things in the depths of Xuanline Mountain, which seems to be true. Continue to let the real body copy the body to find resources. Yi Tian secretly said. After trying again and again, he finally found something good. Ji Dao blood fruit, a good thing. Yi Tian discovered that the person guarding the Supreme Dao blood fruit was a Supreme Dao black python, whose strength was no less than that of the Supreme Dao ancient dragon. Boom! Yi Tian killed the past in an instant. Seeing Yi Tian coming, the Dao black python showed hostility and terrifying killing intent. In an instant, there were countless black mists all around, trying to swallow Yi Tian. At this moment, Yi Tian's Supreme Dao rule broke out, forcibly dispelling the black mist. In an instant, the black python opened its huge mouth, and a black light penetrated. This black light is the innate supernatural power of the black python of the Supreme Dao, the light of Haisha. Although it is not as good as the supernatural power of the Supreme Dao, it is not much worse. The light of the black evil contains the attack of the rules of the Dao. If the ordinary 2-level Taoist realm is hit, the body will inevitably collapse. The ultimate spear technique. Yi Tian slammed the long spear with a savage blow, directly smashing the light of Haisha. Immediately afterwards, Yi Tian went and didn't stop. hitting the head of Ji-Dao Black Python with a single blow. Click! The head of the Ji-Dao Black Python cracked open and let out a painful scream. Suddenly, Ji-Dao Black Python burst out with all his strength, and countless black lights instantly penetrated through billions of time and space, and also penetrated the location of Yi Tian. However, Yi Tian did not get hit, but relied on the ultimate Dao spear technique and the supreme Dao rules to penetrate and leave in time, but he was almost hit. What a terrifying killer move! Yi Tian has lingering fears in his heart. Although he can be said to be invincible in the second level to Dao realm, he is only attacking. His body has not yet reached the level of invincibility. If he is hit, he will definitely be injured. After the attack of Ji-Dao Black Python, the breath was sluggish, and it was obvious that the after effects of the attack just now were great. Swish! Yi Tian attacked this supreme Black Python again, directly penetrating the opponent's 7-inch point, and the power of the supreme spear technique directly eroded the inside of its body with riddled holes. Soon, this supreme Black Python was completely killed and fell into Yi Tian's hands. Finally get rid of it, Yi Tian muttered. Afterwards, he took away all the blood fruits of the Supreme Dao, and then took away the corpse of the Black Python of the Supreme Dao. This corpse also has some value. The blood fruit of the Supreme Dao has the effect of improving the cultivation level of the second level Dao realm and even the third level Dao realm. With so many Supreme Dao blood fruits, I can go a step further in the 9th balance realm. Yi Tian muttered. If there are more resources similar to the blood fruit of the Supreme Dao, his accumulation in the realm of the 9th balance will be enough, then he can attack the first level Dao realm. He is very much looking forward to the day when the real body replicates the body breakthrough. Some more days passed. The situation on Miao's side was not good. He went to various treasures, but every time he suffered losses. Now, many of the Dao realm are in a bad mood. If they hadn't signed an agreement, they wouldn't be able to rush in the Xuanline Mountain realm, otherwise they would have run away. Before you know it, an age of enlightenment has passed. Maybe in normal times, a Ji-Dao year is just a little retreat, and it is fleeting. But here, he has been fighting and healing his wounds, and the years of reaching Dao seem to be incomparably long. At this time, only 38 people under Miao An's command had reached the Dao realm. Among them, the true river valley has completely fallen to the realm of the 6 realms. This is still under the circumstances of the true river valley master and the true Yang deliberately taking care of the true river valley elders. The true river valley master also regretted a little, but the matter has come to this point, and he can only continue on. Besides, if Miaoan won the Teizu Palace's key training quota, it would all be worth it. Go out and fix first, Miaoan suggested. Hearing this, the nervousness of those who had been in the Dao realm 15.9 was relieved. Afterwards, they followed Miaoan out of the Xuanline Mountain realm. Miaoan also didn't want to go out, but many life-saving things were consumed a lot, and the loss was too great. She wanted to add to the Dao realm powerhouse. Otherwise, she wouldn't even think about winning one of the 6 places. However, as soon as they came out, there were strong Daoists who wanted to leave. Master Miaoan, I don't want to enter the Xuanline Mountain realm anymore, I am willing to give up all the benefits. A first-level Dao realm pleaded. Among the Supreme Dao realm present, he was one of the few first-level Dao realms still alive. He felt that the next time he went in, he would probably fall. He dare not take the risk. Even if Miaoan gave him more benefits, he didn't want it anymore. After all, once he fell, no amount of good things would mean nothing to him. Chapter 2785 The Plan of Teizu Palace Third More. With this one to take the lead in the first-level Taoist realm, many other Taoist realms have to withdraw one after another. There is no way, if they only fall into the Dao realm, then it is worthwhile for them to take a little risk. But in this situation, the loss is too much, maybe it will be their turn next, they dare not continue. Now, Miao An's face was extremely gloomy. She paid such a huge price to recruit this group of people, and even equip them with 2 patterned armor and weapons. The price was so great, and the treasures for their wounds were also used up a lot. Now, they want to go, how can it be so easy? Everyone, you have already signed an agreement. It is impossible to leave now. If you are willing to leave, I cannot guarantee that nothing will happen to your family. This is a clear threat. But she is qualified to threaten. In an instant, the first-level Dao realm who had just said they had quit showed fear. They know that Miaoan can really destroy their family, and even wipe out the small forces behind them. After all, they were all attached to the Teizu Palace, and Miao An's mother was the master of the Xuanmiao Palace, a powerhouse of the 5th level to the Taoist realm, and they could die without a place to be buried in one sentence. If he continued to help Miaoan, he might still have a chance to survive. If he resisted, he would surely die. Seeing this, there is no Dao realm who dares to say leaving, but he must be dissatisfied in his heart. Miaoan also knew that she had offended these supreme realms, but she didn't care. As long as she could win a spot, everything was worth it. I have to find my mother. Miaoan came to Xuanmiao Palace and asked to see her mother, Xuanmiao Palace Master. Soon, Palace Master Xuanmiao went out and met Miaoan, the daughter. Miaoan, how was the trip to Xuanline Mountain? Palace Master Xuanmiao asked. Mother, it's not going well. Miaoan lowered her head and said, my daughter needs the support of mother, otherwise I won't be able to get one of the 6 places. Palace Master Xuanmiao said indifferently, I have many children, you are just one of them, and your talent and potential are ranked in the top 5 at most. If your sisters are not competing for the 3rd level Dao realm, otherwise you will not get it. I can help a little. 1. Mother, daughter knows. Miaoan replied. Palace Master Xuanmiao said again. At most, I can only give you 31st level Taoist realm and 6th 2nd level Taoist realm, this is the limit. Thank you, mother, Miaoan thanked. Then, Miaoan left. After a while, Miaoan once again led a group of Dao realm into the Xuanline Mountain realm. Deep in Xuanline Mountain, Yi Tian's harvest is more and more, and he is also beginning to cultivate here, using those acquired resources to improve his cultivation, his strength is steadily improving. And he has also obtained a lot of materials that Tezu Palace needs. If he gives the materials he obtained to Miaoan, Miaoan can easily get one of the 6 places, and there is no need to take risks. But he can't give it to Miaoan, he has nothing to do with Miaoan, there is no need to help him. Moreover, it would also reveal his existence. In the blink of an eye, one after another the years passed by. Miaoan and other geniuses from the Tezu Palace to the Taoist realm did everything in the Xuanline Mountain realm to collect the materials that the Tezu Palace needed, and the day when the Tezu Palace completely decided the quota was getting closer and closer. This day, Tezu Palace, a special depth of time and space. There are terrifying great formations arranged here, and even the Wuji Heavenly Palace cannot probe this place. Only here can they chat safely without worrying about exposing the content of the conversation. At this time, there are 6 7th level Taoist realms discussing something. Everyone, this time the key training list is about to come out. Once those geniuses who are in the realm of the Tao have been decided, they will be sent out of the Promise realm in the name of training them. This matter must be arranged. Now, except for the 7 of us, the rest of the Tezu Palace only thinks that they are focusing on cultivating these geniuses of the Tao realm. But no one knows, we are just leaving the fire for the Tezu Palace. 1. Tezu, are we really going to oppose the Wuji Heavenly Palace? Another 7th level to Tao realm said. It must be reversed, the Promise Heavenly Palace was originally an outsider. In the primordial age, the Promise Heavenly Palace invaded here, and launched many battles with the local forces in the era of the Tao. In the end, the Promise Heavenly Palace won and occupied this place. Does anyone know this history? Now the Wuji Temple is still promoting the war in the ancient times. It is they who resisted foreign invasions. It's ridiculous. Wuji Tiangong has 1 8th level Taoist realm and 23 7th level Taoist realm. But when we get together with the 7th level Taoist realm of other forces, we can also make up more than 27th level Taoist realm. The only trouble is that Wuji Heavenly Emperor. But now, we have a way to trap it and even seal it, and there is still a 30% chance of overthrowing the Wuji Heavenly Palace. The 30% chance is not high, which is why they want to send out the fire of Tezu Palace. Of course, they can also choose not to overthrow the Wuji Temple, but they have no choice. After tens of thousands of Zidao era, a disaster will come. With the style of Wuji Tiangong, many great forces such as Tezu Palace will definitely be used as cannon fodder, so that Wuji Tiangong will continue. At that time, even if the Tezu Palace and other forces can survive, they will suffer unimaginable losses, and it is possible to become a small force. Then, in the future, they really have no chance to resist. In addition, nearly 70% of the resources of the Promise domain have fallen into the hands of the Promise Heavenly Palace, and the major forces 517 cannot develop and grow, who wants to continue to endure. Wuji Tiangong did not allow Tezu Palace and other forces to survive, so they naturally took the risk. If it is successful, the resources of the Wuji Temple are divided up, and the major forces can rise again. No matter how bad it is, the big deal is to return to the ancient battle. It is absolutely impossible for Wuji Tiangong to use them as cannon fodder. Another time has passed. Miaoan and the others who were geniuses in the Dao realm came out of the Xuanline Mountain realm. They were all very nervous, and no one knew whether they had won one of the 6 places. Soon, the places will be announced. I got one of the 6 spots. Miaoan was overjoyed, but judging from the announced quota, she was the 6th quota, that is, she was able to get the quota, and was almost eliminated. Overjoyed, she also gave many rewards to those who survived to the realm of the Dao. For example, the 2 patterns Dao armor was donated directly. The resources obtained in the Xuanline Mountain realm are also given a lot, and there are other rewards, and even these Dao realm can make requests, as long as they are not too demanding, she will agree one by one. Yi Tian didn't look down on the resources Miaoan gave. After all, the resources he obtained in the Xuanline Mountain realm were unimaginable even for Miaoan. However, he lacks inheritance. Chapter 2786 The Limit, the rules of the road have soared forth more. Master Miaoan, I want to inherit the secrets of the Dao. Yi Tian said, the inheritance of the secret texts of the Dao. Miaoan thought about it, and then agreed. With her status, it is not difficult to get some inheritance of the secret texts of the Dao, but it belongs to the inheritance of the Teizu Palace, and she can't pass it on. Afterwards, she obtained over 1,000 secret texts of the Supreme Dao and handed them over to Yi Tian, which was considered to be handed over to True River Valley. After all, Yi Tian was the elder of True River Valley. I didn't expect that the genius of the 2nd-level Supreme Dao realm in the mere Teizu Palace could easily take out thousands of the inheritance of the Supreme Dao secret text that can be traded. Yi Tian was a little surprised. Thinking about it carefully, it seems normal. There are only a few hundred Zidao secret texts in Junhe Valley, because the Junhe Valley is too weak, and how powerful Teizu Palace is, there are a lot of forces under his command. With Miaoan's status, he can easily get Zidao secret text inheritance, but the real River Valley is not available. With the inheritance of these secret texts of the Supreme Dao, it will be very helpful for him to create the Supreme Dao Divine ability in the future. It can save a lot of time, and it can even make the Supreme Dao Divine ability stronger and more perfect. Of course, for other Taoist realms, the help of thousands of Taoist secrets is not so great. Xuanline Mountain Realm. Those Teizu Palace and Dao Realm have all left, and the huge Xuanline Mountain Realm has become deserted. My real body copy body is cultivated here, and it is even more difficult to be discovered. Yi Tian thought to himself. However, he is still unlucky occasionally to be killed by dodgers. Fortunately, the dodgers won't take away the resources he dropped, and even if the resources are lost, they can still be retrieved. Otherwise, he would not dare to cultivate here. In the years to come, he intends to continue to cultivate here and raise his strength to the limit of the 9th balance. With the help of many resources, 1 solstice year has passed. In the blink of an eye, it was hundreds of thousands of years. With the help of so many resources, Yi Tian's cultivation has finally reached the limit of the 9th balance, which is also the limit of the origin upper realm overlord. After that, he tried to break through, but found that the bottleneck was indestructible, and many resources could not help him break the shackles. The realm of the Supreme Dao rule is still not strong enough. At least the realm of the Supreme Dao rule has to be raised to a higher realm before it is expected to break through to the 1st level Dao realm W1. So, he was going to go to Teizu Palace's induction Dao Great Formation to practice again. The Dao Approach Formation of Teizu Palace will be opened every 5,000 years to Dao Year. In order to keep a low profile and not attract attention, he did not go in again. But this time, he is ready to go again. As for the materials that Teizu Palace needs, he has collected a lot, and Dongguang copied his body easily to get a place to enter the Great Array of Approaches. Once again, the Great Array of Approaches opened. Yi Tian entered it and began to comprehend the rules of the Dao. However, this time, the effect of the Dao Great Formation on him was not as good as the first time. He also knew the reason, because his realm of the Supreme Dao rule had improved, and the Dao Induction Formation would naturally not have the first effect. If he continues to improve the rules of the Dao in the future, maybe the Dao Guiding Formation will have no effect on him at all. It's like why the powerhouses of Teizu Palace don't enter the Dao Great Formation, that is, the realm of the Supreme Dao rules is very high, and the Induction Dao Formation is useless to them. Although the effect is a little worse, but under the comprehension of the Taoist years one after another, his Taoist rules have skyrocketed a lot. This day, Yi Tian came out of the Dao Great Formation, but quickly paid some materials and got a place again. After that, he once again entered the Induction Dao Great Formation to comprehend the rules of the Dao. He knew that if he did this, he would definitely attract the attention of Teizu Palace, but he didn't care. The question is that luck is good, and he has obtained the blood gold ore veins of the Tao, and obtained a large amount of blood gold. If this replica body gets too much attention, it's a big deal to give up. Therefore, in the following years, he entered the Tao Great Formation to comprehend the rules of the Tao every time. This makes his realm of supreme Tao rules higher and higher, and his strength is also rapidly improving. Teizu Palace. Deep. Miao and other geniuses from the second and third levels to the Tao realm came here. During this period of time, they were indeed vigorously cultivated by the Teizu Palace, but the time was still very short, and there was no significant improvement effect at present. At this time, they also thought that this time, they had received some kind of guidance and training as usual. However, a large formation emerged, and everything was disconnected from the perception of the outside world. At this time, a supreme elder of the seventh Tao realm appeared. I have seen Elder Yunshu. Many Taoist realms respectfully said. Elder Yunshu looked at these geniuses of the Tao realm and said lightly, "Next, I will send you to a secret place to cultivate. It is very important. Once you go there, you will not be allowed to contact any relatives or friends. And, it's over now." Yes, although Miaoan was puzzled when he arrived at the Tao realm, he did not dare to disobey the order of the Elder Yunshu. Moreover, they are all looking forward to it, thinking that this time is definitely a big opportunity. Soon, a huge void channel emerged, and then a long-time teleportation started. It's like leaving the promise. Miaoan and many other geniuses in the Tao realm were shocked. And just after they were teleported away, Teizu appeared. Teizu, these little guys have been sent away and sent to the branch outside the Wuji domain. They will explain the details to them, and they will really cultivate them. Moreover, many resources have also been transferred. Yunshu said. Well, with them here, plus our strength outside the promised territory, even if we lose, Teizu Palace still has hope of rising. Teizu said. Next, I hope to cultivate again at all costs. A 7th level to Tao realm, in that case, the success rate will be higher. Yunshu nodded. Li Deshao. Yi Tian didn't know Teizu Palace's plan, and even if he knew, he wouldn't care, and it had nothing to do with him. However, after Miaoan waited until the Tao realm genius was teleported away, Zhen Yang, the son of the real valley owner, panicked. No way, he couldn't contact Miaoan, and even went to Xuanmiao Palace, but he didn't get any response. Palace Master Xuanmiao has so many heirs, she will pay attention to Miaoan, but not Zhen Yang. Zhen Yang couldn't find Miaoan, and couldn't use the relationship of Xuanmiao Palace, and gradually he couldn't get more resources and treatment. In addition, in order to obtain the quota, Miaoan can offend many Teizu Palace's supreme Tao realm. Now that Miaoan is not here, he is also afraid that those geniuses from the Teizu Palace to the Tao realm will trouble him. Then, he returned to True River Valley, ready to stay in True River Valley for a while. And not long after returning to the True River Valley, Yi Tian's Dongguang copy body was targeted by the True River Valley Master. Chapter 2787 True River Valley took the initiative. True Valley. Zhen Hegu claimed that Zhen Yang had returned, and soon learned about Miaoan. Zhenyang, Miaoan should be trained by the Teizu Palace, and they are not allowed to contact the outside world, so there is no way to contact you. Zhenhe Valley Master said. Hopefully so. Zhenyang nodded slightly. Sudden. The Lord of the True River Valley said. Zhenyang, you should know about our Elder Dongguang of the True River Valley, right? Elder Dongguang, I know, the strength is not bad in the first level Tao realm. Zhen Yang said. The real River Valley Master said again. Elder Dongguang has been staying in the ancient capital of Taishuan all these years. I have a little understanding, and then I know that Elder Dongguang has been leading the Tao formation to understand the rules of the Tao. What, the leading formation? Zhenyang was shocked. Naturally, he knew the induction Tao Great Array, and he also went to enlightenment once, but only once, because the quota for entering the induction Tao formation is extremely precious, and many rare materials need to be exchanged for the quota. With the help of Miaoan, he only exchanged one chance, and even Miaoan did not enter many times. The Lord of the True River Valley continued. It's fine if you only enter once, but Elder Dongguang has entered the Tao Great Formation 517 times, which requires a lot of materials. Even if we are in the entire True River Valley, we can't collect the materials once. Ah, he didn't care and took it out again and again. Moreover, Elder Dongguang was a 6-time awakened primordial upper realm overlord not long ago. He has become the supreme Tao realm in a short period of time, and he still possesses such wealth, which is very unusual. It's normal. I suspect that Elder Dongguang has obtained a great opportunity, such as the inheritance and wealth left by a certain supreme powerhouse. 1. Zhenyang is a little moved. His talent is actually not too high, and he has cultivated to this point only by eating soft rice. If there is not much chance, after a long time, he can only cultivate to the 3rd level supreme realm at most. If Miaoan rises in the future, he is expected to go further. However, Miaoan didn't even say parting words this time. Did he have no time to say it, or did he have bad thoughts about him? In this world, Taoist companions may not necessarily last forever, and the two of them have not given birth to children, and their relationship is not secure. If Miaoan kicks him, what will he do in the future? If you can get a big chance on your own, that's fine. Father, do you want to attack Elder Dongguang? Zhenyang asked. Yes. The Lord of the True River Valley nodded, although this will lose a True River Valley elder, but now there are not many elders in the True River Valley, it doesn't matter if there is one less. 100 elders are worth it. Yes, Zhenyang agrees very much, but now there is a problem. Father, Elder Dongguang has been leading the Dao formation to comprehend, we can't do it in Taishuan ancient capital, once we do it, we will surely die. Of course not. When he came out of the main formation, he immediately sent a message to him, saying that the real River Valley had discovered an amazing treasure, and he needed to come back to discuss it. Moreover, according to my order, unless he defected to the real River Valley, he must gotta come back. True River Valley Lord said. Okay, just do as father said. Zhenyang replied. After a period of time, it was time to lead the way. Yi Tian came out of the Dao induction formation, and was ready to pay the blood of the Dao to enter the next Dao induction formation, and went in to comprehend the rules of the Dao. But at this time, the Lord of the True River Valley came. Discover the treasure, come back to discuss. Yi Tian could feel the urgency of the message from the Lord of the True River Valley and the strong command tone. He frowned slightly. He originally wanted to continue to comprehend the rules of the Supreme Tao, but if he went back, he would undoubtedly delay the comprehension of the rules of the Supreme Tao this time. Although the current Dao Great Formation didn't help him too much, it helped him anyway. Forget it, let's go back, after all, I still need the identity of the True River Valley Elder. Yi Tian secretly said. So, he went back from the ancient capital of Taishuan, CJFJ. Not long after he left Taishuangu, he came to a territory. Suddenly, the void shifts. The world here is blocked by a supreme weapon. True River Map. Yi Tian's voice was indifferent. The True River Map is a 3-patterned weapon and the strongest weapon of the True River Valley. It can suppress the void, block all things, and is in the hands of the True River Valley Master, but the True River Valley Master rarely uses the True River Map, so he went to Xuanline Mountain last time. The real River Valley Master brought the real River Map. True River Valley Master, what do you mean? Yi Tian asked. Wow, the True River Valley Lord and True Yang appeared one after another, surging with energy. Elder Dongguang, you have entered the Dao Great Formation too many times in the Taishuan ancient capital. Your wealth is enough to shock us all. I know that you have entered the Dao Formation so many times, and the realm of the Dao rule is definitely not low, but you only have a first level to Dao realm cultivation base, and you are far from our opponent. I advise you to hand over all the inheritance and wealth you have acquired, maybe we will let you go. True River Valley said. Master of the True River Valley, I didn't expect that you would actually do something to the elders of your own power. If I become stronger, wouldn't it be a good thing for the True River Valley? Yi Tian said lightly. The Lord of the True River Valley sneered, what do you do with me when you are strong? Maybe you will leave the True River Valley at any time. Only when I am strong can I grow the True River Valley. 1. Hey, Yi Tian sighed. He really wanted to promote Zhen Hegu, and even if he left in the future, he would still give him some benefits. But he didn't expect that the real River Valley Master would make up his mind, but he also felt normal. After all, the wealth he showed was too amazing, and it was no wonder that the True River Valley Master was moved. Change it to other realm of the Dao, and it will also be moved. The main reason is that he was too high profile during this time, and even more than one person was staring at him. However, he doesn't regret it, he wants to improve the rules of the Dao as soon as possible, so that the real body can copy the body to attack the first level Dao realm. Father, let's do it, as soon as you reach the Dao realm, you can kill it with a wave of your hand. Zhen Yang urged. Boom, they started instantly. 2nd level to Dao realm, Yi Tian is indeed not able to compete. Even if the rules of the Supreme Dao are powerful, his cloned body can still use the supernatural powers of the Dao, but it is only comparable to the second-level Tao realm, which is not weak, and cannot defeat the true Yang and true River Valley Masters. However, his duplicate body cannot fall, because it really contains many treasures, and it cannot be lost. He had to hold on until one of his real clones arrived. Boom! Yi Tian fought with Zhen He and Zhen Yang, and instantly fell into a disadvantage, but relying on the Supreme Tao Spear technique to resist the opponent's attack, it is still not easy to be killed in a short period of time. When Zhen He and Zhen Yang saw that Yi Tian was using a supernatural power of the Supreme Tao, and the realm of the Supreme Tao rules far surpassed them, they were immediately shocked. Chapter 2788 Ninth Sequence to Tao Rules. Supernatural Power. Zhenyang and Zhenhe were a little unbelievable. There are only a few people in the second-level Taoist realm who can create a Taoist supernatural power, and it takes infinite time to create them. Like Zhenhe Valley Master and Zhenyang, neither of them have created the supernatural powers of the Tao, and only Miaoan created a door of the supernatural powers of the Tao. But as for Elder Dongguang, it didn't take long for him to become the Supreme Tao realm. How did he create the Supreme Tao, divine ability? Why, the chance for Elder Dongguang is absolutely unimaginable. Both Zhenyang and Zhenhe Valley Master were excited. They thought about the chance that they had obtained Elder Dongguang, and they were afraid that they could rise up easily. The third level to the Tao state and the fourth level to the Tao state are not necessarily the limit. Thinking of this, they wanted to kill Yi Tian more quickly. Time passed slowly. Finally, Yi Tian's real copy body arrived. This time, there is a risk of exposure, but fortunately everything is safe. Boom! The void was torn apart, and the domain barrier formed by the true river map was directly torn apart. Immediately afterwards, Yi Tian walked in. 9 Awakened Origin Overlord of the Upper Realm. The true River Valley Master was stunned. A mere Origin Upper Realm Overlord dares to rescue Elder Dongguang. But in the next second, he realized that something was wrong. How could a mere Origin and Upper Realm Overlord tear apart the realm barrier formed by a 3-patterned weapon such as the true river map? At this time, Zhen Yang went to deal with Yi Tian's real body replica body. However, as soon as they fought, he was defeated directly. Boom! The light of the extreme Tao spear technique directly penetrated the 2-patterned Ji Dao armor on Zhenyang's body, nailing his body into the void, and his body gradually shattered. With just one blow, it completely destroyed the true Yang in the late stage of the second-level Taoist realm, which is the invincible combat power of the second-level Taoist realm. Do not. The true River Valley Lord tried to mobilize the true river map to restrict Yi Tian and prevent Yi Tian from killing his own son, Zhen Yang. However, to no avail. Tear. The power of the true river map was shattered, and another shot penetrated. Click. Zhenyang died instantly. At this moment, the true River Valley Lord burned all his strength and vowed to kill Yi Tian. However, even if he burns all his strength, he is not Yi Tian's opponent. Countless spears smashed everything, smashed the true River Valley Lord's true river map to shreds, and then abruptly smashed the true River Valley Lord's body into countless pieces, completely annihilating its vitality. The strength gap between each other is too large, all the actions of the true River Valley Lord are meaningless. After killing Zhenhe Valley Master and Zhenyang, Yi Tian took their items and left quickly. This time, he did not go to Zhenhe Valley. For him, there is no need to go to the true River Valley. Regardless of whether he killed the true River Valley Master or not, he would not return to True River Valley anytime soon. Of course, he will still use the identity of the true River Valley Elder to lead the Tao formation to understand the rules of the Tao, and the Tao will completely lose this identity. Return to the ancient capital of Taishuan. Yi Tian returned. However, he did not catch up with the opening of the Induction Tao Great Formation this time. Of course, he will practice here for a period of time, waiting for the next opening. Years go by. In the blink of an eye, thousands of years passed by. At this time, Yi Tian finally created a supernatural power of the Tao, which was perfected from the flow of the Tao, and he still named it the flow of the Tao. The supernatural power level of the supernatural power is much faster than before, and it has also greatly increased his strength. In the following hundreds of thousands of Tao years, he has created some supernatural powers one after another, which gradually brought his strength to a limit. If he wants to continue to improve, he can only make his real body break through to the first realm of Tao. In addition, he entered the Tao approaching formation again and again, and every time he was absent afterward, this made him famous in the ancient capital of Taishuan. But it's not a good reputation, it's a fat sheep's reputation. There are quite a few Supreme Tao realms staring at him, and even the third-level Tao realm is staring at him. It can be said that Yi Tian's Dongguang copy body will definitely be killed once it leaves the Taishuan ancient capital. But Yi Tian just didn't go out. With the Teizu Palace sitting in the ancient capital of Taishuan, no one of the Supreme Tao realm dared to cause trouble. Unconsciously, a period of time. At this time, the Tao induction formation was completely useless to him, and his Supreme Tao rules were already strong to a certain extent. A for Flowersa, the ancient capital of Taishuan, the ancient monument to the rules of Taoism. Yi Tian came here, he was going to test his own realm of the rules of the Tao. Yi Tian stood in the void inside the ancient monument of the rules of the Tao, exuding the aura of the rules of the Tao, and the test was over soon. 9th sequence 92. Seeing this realm of supreme Tao rules, Yi Tian seemed very calm, not too excited. In the past, he did not know the realm division of the supreme Tao rules, in fact, many supreme Tao realms did not know. But by chance, he was divided into Tao to Tao rules. It is said that the rules of the Tao that they have now comprehended are just branches of the sequence. For example, what he comprehends is the rule of the 9th sequence of the Tao, and only when the rule of the 9th sequence reaches the 100% perfect state, can he spy on the rule of the 8th sequence, otherwise he can't see it at ordinary times. Point 0. Only when the realm continues to improve can we see the truth of heaven and earth. The rules of the 8th sequence are far beyond the rules of the 9th sequence, but it is too difficult to break the shackles. Like the great way of approaching formation, the law of the way that is drawn is also the law of the way of the 9th sequence. Therefore, it is impossible to comprehend the 8th sequence of the rules of the supreme way in the great formation. Like Teizu Palace, there must be strong people who understand the rules of the 8th sequence to the Tao, but it is estimated that the weakest are the genius monsters in the 4th level of the Tao. As for whether there is a strong person who understands the 7th sequence of the rules of the Tao, even if there is, it may be a terrifying existence in the 6th and 7th layers of the Tao. Yi Tian's current purpose is to raise the 9th sequence to the Tao rule to 10%, and then to comprehend the 8th sequence to the Tao rule, but it is definitely not possible at present. Next, let's break through to the first realm, so that we can hope to get more good things. Yi Tian thought to himself. He is still going to break through the first level Tao realm in the Xuanline Mountain realm. Once the real body breaks through, his strength will skyrocket, and he can deal with the Tao strange object Xuanming drum. Today, he also knows a little about the value of dodgers. In short, the value is extremely terrifying, but the strength is too powerful. And the Tao strange thing only exists in the strange land. The Tao strange thing in the 9th strange land Xuanline Valley is the weakest, but there is also hope that it can kill the corpse. Chapter 2789 Killing the Xuanming Drum, the 8th sequence to the rule of Tao. Xuanline Mountain Realm, inside a valley. Yi Tian began to impact the first level Tao realm here. Although he did not have the secret medicine to assist his breakthrough, he found several treasures in the Xuanline Mountain realm that would help him reach the Tao realm. Moreover, he also perfected the star-gathering secret technique. The star-gathering secret technique is the ultimate Tao secret technique of the true river valley, which helps to impact the Tao realm, and can allow the ordinary origin upper realm overlord to have a 10% success rate in breaking through. But it doesn't help his real body very much, so he has been trying to perfect the star-gathering secret technique all these years. Today, the star-gathering secret technique has been perfected a lot, and even for his real body, there is probably a success rate of more than 10%. After, Yi Tian hits the first level Tao realm again and again here. In the past, the bottleneck was almost difficult to shake, but with the help of his 9th sequence 92's Tao rule, the bottleneck was loosened a bit, but even so, the success rate of 530 breakthrough was not high. Moreover, every breakthrough, once failed, directly fell, without a single exception. It is said that in the Teizu Palace, help can save the life of the overlord of the original upper realm that failed to break through, but the price to pay is relatively high. Without a certain background, there is no way to use that price. Yi Tian naturally does not have this means of life-saving, but he has duplicated his body, hitting him again and again, without paying too much. After many failures, this day, after Yi Tian broke the shackles, the real transformation began. Boom! The rules of the Supreme Tao, the source, the power of reincarnation and the body are perfectly integrated, and the aura on the body is getting more and more terrifying. Moreover, under the influence of the origin of the promised domain, his aura belonging to the origin realm was gradually concealed. It can be said that as long as he hides a little in the future, it will not be easy to be seen as the identity of the natives of the source world. This transformation has been going on for a long time, and his strength has been skyrocketing, and the growth rate has far surpassed any in the past. completely stabilize the realm. In these days, during his breakthrough process, he also encountered a lot of attacks from creatures from the Xuanline Mountains. Fortunately, other cloned bodies were trying their best to resist and sacrificed a lot of cloned bodies. Moreover, his luck is also good, he has not encountered the most extraordinary things, otherwise the breakthrough will be delayed again. My strength is too strong now, far beyond the past. Yi Tian muttered. He didn't know the extent of his own strength, but he could kill his past self in seconds. This is definitely not the strength of the 3rd level Taoist realm, and it may already be comparable to the 4th level Taoist realm. Moreover, after his breakthrough, he was not moved out by the Xuanline Mountain realm, and his strength was not suppressed. Obviously, Xuanline Mountain realm only thinks that he is the 1st level Tao realm cultivation base. Ha ha ha, with my current strength, the huge Xuanline Mountain realm, let me roam. Yi Tian felt that he could scrape a lot of resources in the Xuanline Mountain realm, and he could even obtain the resources to hit the 2nd level to the Tao realm. Subsequently, he began to scrape resources everywhere, and none of the creatures here were his opponents. This day, he encountered the most extraordinary thing again, and it was the most extraordinary thing he had ever encountered, the Xuanming drum. The sound of Xuanming drums kept coming, making Yi Tian a little upset, but it couldn't hurt him. Immediately, he directly attacked Zan Minggu. In an instant, the strange figure carrying the Xuanming drum directly held the Xuanming drum behind him in his hand, and immediately beat the Xuanming drum. Suddenly, terrifying attacks fell on Yi Tian's body and the surrounding area. Many times and spaces and voids were shattered one after another, and even Yi Tian was constantly cracking. Even if he used the perfected supernatural power of the supernatural Vajra body, he could only bear it. I must attack, or I will be killed by it, Yi Tian secretly said. He performed the flow of the Tao, and approached the mysterious drum of the Tao. However, to the Dodger's Xuanming drum seems to be able to detect the danger, and a strange wave spreads. Immediately, the distance between Yi Tian and the Xuanming drum seemed to be infinitely widened. Break me! Yi Tian exerted his full power on the Tao pole spear technique, and finally managed to break through this strange fluctuation, and reach the front of Xuanming drum. Immediately, the dense gunshots stabbed in the past. Any spear glow can instantly kill the 3rd level Tao realm, but this strange figure stretched out a black arm, waved it to form a black arm that covered the sky, blocked Yi Tian's spear glow, and then crushed it. Yi Tian's attack fell on the strange figure, like an ordinary person's wooden spear hitting the iron wall. The Dodgers are so powerful. Yi Tian was shocked. This is still the weakest of the Dodgers. It is difficult for Yi Tian to attack and kill one after another. He found that no matter how he attacked, he couldn't injure the opponent in the slightest. But if it is said that the strength of the other party is far beyond his own, then it is not so, otherwise he would have instantly killed him in an instant. But the opponent does not have such strength. After fighting for a while, Yi Tian suddenly discovered a problem, that is, no matter how the opponent fought, they would protect the Xuanming drum. Yes, as far as the mysterious Xuanming drum is concerned, the Xuanming drum is the body, and the strange figure is just the manifestation of the power of the Xuanming drum. Perhaps the strange figure cannot be broken, no matter how powerful it is difficult to achieve. Only by breaking the Xuanming drum can it be killed, Yi Tian thought to himself. Subsequently, he tried to attack the Xuanming drum, but sure enough, the other party kept blocking it. One real body copy body is not enough, and there are more real body copy bodies, I don't believe it can't be killed. Soon, Yi Tian's other real body clones came over, and they all besieged this most extraordinary thing, the Xuanming drum. Boom! Under the siege time and time again, the Xuanming drum, a strange object, could no longer withstand it. Click! Yi Tian's ultimate Dao spear technique finally attacked the Xuanming drum, leaving a gap on it. At this time, Yi Tian clearly felt that the combat power of the 5.9 Xuanming drum had dropped a little. Sure enough, the Xuanming drum is the body, and only when the Xuanming drum is hurt can the strange figure be hurt. After, Yi Tian injured Xuanming drum again and again, and finally killed Xuanming drum completely. Bang! The Xuanming drum burst open and shattered. And the strange figure disappeared completely. Just after the Xuanming drum, Yi Tian discovered a fragment inside it, which seemed to be a special drum fragment, which was the core of the Xuanming drum. Yi Tian picked up this piece of debris and sensed the strong aura of the Supreme Tao Rule above, and it was not the usual Supreme Tao Rule aura. This is the 8th sequence to the Tao Rule. Yi Tian was extremely excited. He was still worried about how to comprehend the rules of the 8th sequence, but he didn't expect to find a treasure that contains the rules of the 8th sequence. Chapter 2790 Comprehend the 8th sequence to the Tao rules. At this moment, Yi Tian finally understands why Zidao Qi is so precious. At the beginning, Miaoan looked at the most mysterious thing, Xuanming drum, which was both fear and desire. It seems that she knew that the most mysterious thing contained the 8th sequence of the rule of the Tao. 1. Yi Tian muttered, however, it is too difficult to kill the dodgers. For example, in the Xuanline mountain realm, the strength of the supreme Taoist object is comparable to the top 4-level Taoist realm, and only the second-level Taoist realm is allowed to enter here, so what price do you have to pay to kill the ultimate Taoist object? Fighting alone, other supreme Tao realm will definitely not be able to do it. I am afraid that all kinds of treasures will be needed to limit the strength of the Tao strange things, suppress the Tao strange things, and have to use various methods such as the secret treasures of the Tao, and also have to send a large number of double Tao realm. All means are used, and there is hope to kill a strange thing. In doing this, it is also prone to problems, such as encountering more strange things, it will be dead. Therefore, Teizu Palace did not dare to hunt down the strangest things. With such a piece of Xuanming drum that contains the 8th sequence of the rules of the Tao, I hope to comprehend the rules of the 8th sequence of the 29th of the Tao, and then this replica body will comprehend the rules of the Tao here. Yi Tian secretly said. In the days to come, he wants to kill more supreme wonders, but the Xuanming drum is undoubtedly the weakest supreme wonder, and it will be a little difficult to kill other supreme wonders unless he can kill them. Amplify strength. After all, his ability to kill Xuanming drum this time was the result of his many copying talents, and he restrained the opponent a little. Otherwise, he can't get rid of it. The years to come. Yi Tian silently comprehends the rules of the Tao, and the 9th sequence of the rules of the Tao has improved a little bit, which is much better than the effect of comprehension in the introduction of the Tao formation. The 9th sequence of the Tao inducing great array has no meaning for him to comprehend, but this fragment is very meaningful, and there are many 8th sequence rules of the Tao inside, which is enough for him to comprehend for a long time. Before you know it, hundreds of thousands of years have passed. With the help of the Xuanming drum fragment of the 8th sequence to the Tao rule, Yi Tian has already comprehended the 9th sequence to the Tao rule to the 100% perfect state. If it is outside, he can't do this at all, not to mention spending hundreds of thousands of years to reach the Tao. Even if it takes millions of years to reach the Tao, don't even think about raising the rules of the Tao from the 9th sequence to the realm of 92. 90% of the realm. It's a harsh reality, but that's it. Just like Zhenyang, Zhenhe Valley Master and the others, how long the cultivation years are, one Zidao era is 3.65 million Zidao years. Millions of Taoist years are just one Taoist era. There are many, many experts in the supreme realm, and the years of cultivation are in units of 10,000. Therefore, it is quite normal that there is no progress in the years of Zidao era. It's just that Yi Tian has come all the way, and the progress is too fast, and he will feel that the time is very long. The 9th sequence of the Supreme Tao rules are complete, and the next step is to comprehend a little bit of the 8th Tao rule. Once I understand it, my strength will skyrocket. Yi Tian thought to himself. After that, he tried his best to comprehend the 8th sequence rule of the Tao, and tried his best to comprehend it. And that takes a long time. 100,000 to Tao year. Million to Tao year, an era of solstice, 10 solstice eras. In these years, Yi Tian has also scraped away many resources in the Xuanline Mountains, and these resources are enough for him to cultivate for a long time. Moreover, his cultivation has also improved a lot, and it is estimated that he has reached the realm of the first level to the middle stage of the Tao realm. How terrifying his foundation is, this improvement is already very good. It's just that in these years, he did not kill the second most amazing thing, maybe he killed one, causing those slightly weaker ones to avoid him, and the most amazing things he encountered were all it was very terrifying, he couldn't kill him at all. For example, he couldn't kill the sword-shaped Supreme Wonder. Only by comprehending the 8th sequence Supreme Tao rules, can you kill such Supreme Tao strange things. 1. I'm only a little bit closer to comprehending the 8th sequence rule of the Tao. Yi Tian muttered. Another time passed. When Yi Tian was comprehending the fragments of the Xuanming drum, he suddenly tore through the fog of the rules of the Supreme Tao. In the past, the shackles that had been preventing him from comprehending the 8th sequence of the Tao rules disappeared. An epiphany, many insights emerged, and the breath of the 8th sequence to the rules of the Tao slowly spread from him. Understood, the 8th sequence to the Tao rule. Only when he truly comprehends the 8th sequence to Tao rules, can he know how many times stronger the 8th sequence to the Tao rules are than the 9th sequence to the Tao rules, and the two cannot be compared at all. He felt that the supernatural powers he created had great flaws. The supernatural powers I created before were all the 9th sequence supernatural powers, and they are not very powerful for me now, and I have to create the 8th order supernatural powers so that my strength can continue to skyrocket. Terrible lethality. Of course, even using the 8th sequence to supernatural powers to activate the 9th sequence supernatural powers, the power of supernatural powers can still be increased several times. It's time to kill other wonders. Yi Tian is looking forward to it. More importantly, he needs the 8th sequence to Tao rule items, and the Xuanming drum fragments in his hand have been consumed a lot. Although he can still learn a lot of years, the effect is already decreasing. Therefore, he needs other 8th sequence to Tao rule items. After that, he was looking for the Dodgers, and 530 finally came across the Dodgers not long afterward. To the Dodger's heaven-splitting sword. The strange human-shaped figure appeared with a sword on his back, exuding a terrifying aura of the rule of the Tao. That's the ultimate rule of thumb for Tilly. When Yi Tian approached the opponent, the strange humanoid figure pulled out the heaven-splitting sword. The extremely fast sword slashed. Very simple and unpretentious, it did not seem to be a powerful move, but it used the power of the rules of the Tao to the extreme. If it was the past self, it would be extremely difficult to deal with this trick. But now, he uses the 8th sequence to Tao rule to integrate into the 9th sequence to Tao supernatural power to Tao Vajra body, to shake this sword. Boom! Yi Tian's body was knocked into the air, and a wound was cut out of the supreme Tao Vajra body. However, it was only a minor injury, and he was not a big deal. Sure enough, I can now resist the attack of the Dodger's sky-splitting sword. Yi Tian was excited. In the past, he could not do so. Kill. Yi Tian used the 8th sequence to Tao rule to integrate into the ultimate Taoist spear technique, and attack the Taoist cracking sword. Boom! A war broke out. Yi Tian completely crushed the opponent and beat the opponent to retreat. Next moment, a copy of Yi Tian's body appeared all around, surrounding the Daoqi object-splitting heaven sword. Chapter 2791 Taiguang creates domain array. Although Yi Tian can crush the dodge-breaking heaven sword, but if he wants to kill the opponent, a duplicate body is undoubtedly not enough. Therefore, he was besieged with multiple copies of his body, and the heavenly splitting sword would surely die. The densely packed Supreme Tao Pole Spear attacked the Supreme Tao Treasure's sky-splitting sword, together with other Supreme Tao divine powers and various means of replicating the body to display restrictions, suppressing the Supreme Tao Odd sky-splitting sword. Immediately, the dodge sky-splitting sword couldn't even escape. Boom! The heavenly splitting sword was hit, and a crack appeared on it. Gradually, the cracks on it became more and more, and they were finally shattered by Yi Tian. At this time, the strange humanoid figure dissipated, and the core piece of the heaven-shattering sword was caught by Yi Tian. Another 8th sequence to Tao rule item, better than Xuanming drum fragments. Yi Tian showed a smile. This 8th sequence to Tao rule item is enough to make his 8th sequence to the Tao rule continue to improve. It's still not easy to kill the ultimate dodgers now, and we have to create the 8th sequence of the ultimate supernatural powers as soon as possible. In the years that followed, Yi Tian worked hard to comprehend the rules of the Tao, while trying to create the 8th sequence of the Tao. In the years that followed, Yi Tian was also trying to find the most extraordinary thing, but it took a long time to find one. Unconsciously, another 30 years of the Tao era passed. At this time, he had only killed 6 of the Dodgers, and it would be very difficult to encounter them again. He understands that those supernatural things are the rules, and they can naturally sense certain dangers and avoid him. Unless he has a way to find the most extraordinary thing, it is almost unrealistic to want to hunt a large number of the most extraordinary thing. Teizu Palace may have a way to find the most wonderful thing. Yi Tian guessed so. After all, Teizu Palace's knowledge of the most magical things is far from what he can match. It is like Miao's scroll, which can be banished to the Tao. He can't do it now, and he doesn't know what the scroll is or how to do it. Let the Dodgers back away. However, Teizu Palace only recruits women to the Taoist realm, and the requirements are very high. He estimates that he can only enter Taisaway, but Taisaway has very strict requirements on the origin, and his real body copy body must not be eligible to be selected. Forget it, for the time being, these 8th sequence to Tao rule items are enough. Yi Tian thought so. Taishuan ancient capital, Yi Tian received a notice, which was sent to him by several other elders in Junhe Valley. Junhegu was abandoned by Teizu Palace. Yi Tian had long known that there would be such a result, but did not expect it to come so quickly. The true river valley owner of Junhee Valley fell, and the true sun also fell, and the connection with the Taezu Palace was lost. In addition, many elders in the Xuanline Mountains fell before the true river valley, and now there are only a few elders who support them. Small forces don't count. The most important point is that Junhee Valley has not provided resources for a long time. In the past, Junhee Valley offered some resources to Taezu Palace every long time, and only then did it get the blessing of Taezu Palace. But these years, the real River Valley has become more and more difficult, and many real River Valley disciples have already run away, causing the real River Valley to decline more and more. How can there be any resources to supply Taezu Palace? Therefore, Taezu Palace gave up on Junhegu. Strange, Zhenyang was killed, but Miaoan didn't react at all. Yi Tian was very puzzled about this. After he killed Zhenyang, he thought that Miaoan would appear, or send other Dao realm to investigate, but nothing came out. It stands to reason that Miaoan has not contacted Zhenyang for such a long time. Of course, Yi Tian didn't care too much. It had been so long anyway, even if Miaoan appeared, nothing could be found. Taishuan ancient capital. At an auction, Yi Tian encountered a very good formation of the Dao. This set of supreme Dao formation is called Taeguang constructing domain formation, which can restore the origin of some origin realms, worlds or special places. It is not a very powerful formation, but because of its particularity, its value is not low. Any supreme Dao realm can comprehend this set of Taeguang constructing domain array, but if it is activated, it must be carried out by the supreme Dao realm, because this formation needs to be promoted by the supreme Dao rules, otherwise it cannot be activated. Yi Tian has participated in auctions of this level many times, but this is the first time he has encountered a formation that he desperately needs. The Taeguang constructing domain array is of great help to the land of eternity. The Promise Heavenly Palace has extracted the origin of the source realm. If you want to restore it, it will take too long. Even now, it has not recovered much. Therefore, he decided to bid for this Taeguang constructing domain array. In the end, he spent millions of Dao coins to bid for it. In this auction, Yi Tian only took this item, other items are useless to him, and he doesn't like it. After leaving the auction, Yi Tian began to study the Taeguang domain array. After reading it, he frowned slightly. The formation method is very good, but if you want to build this Taeguang realm formation, the reincarnation domain and the land of eternity cannot gather all the materials. Yi Tian secretly said. After all, some materials are resources that can only be born in the Wuji domain. He can buy resources in Taishuan Ancient, but he can't send them to the land of eternity. The land of eternity. Yi Tian's eyes passed through the barrier of the source realm and saw a group of Taoist realms outside the source realm. With his 8th sequence to the realm of Dao rules, he spied on these guys, they couldn't find it. Although this group is very weak, and the most powerful one is only at the 2nd level, but he can't make a move, otherwise he will be known by Wuji Tiangong that he is still alive. Therefore, he could not send the material to the land of eternity. Only a low-profile version of the Taeguang domain array can be built. Li Hao. Yi Tian murmured Daomai. With his realm, it is not too difficult to create a field array with low rise and light, using other materials as a substitute. So, in the following days, he began to try to create a low-profile version of the Taeguang domain array. Years go by. In the blink of an eye, thousands of years have passed. On this day, Yi Tian successfully transformed the Taeguang domain formation array, which is a low-end version. All the required materials can be found in the land of eternity, the ruins of reincarnation, and the reincarnation domain. So, it took him a while to get enough materials together. Then, he began to build a low-profile version of the Taeguang domain array in the land of eternity. Once this formation is completed, it can restore the origin of the eternal beyond, and even surpass the past. At that time, the land of the other side of eternity may surpass the domain of reincarnation and become the core domain of this source domain. Chapter 2792 The Wuji Temple has withdrawn. Start building the low-profile version of the Taeguang field array. Yi Tian arranged a formation base, and he built it all by himself, and other origin upper realm overlords couldn't help at all. A period of time passed, and almost all the foundations were built. Then, Yi Tian began to connect all the formation bases, and then the power of Dao rules stimulated this low-profile version of the Taeguang domain formation array, thereby connecting the origin of the eternal other side, and allowing the eternal other side to gradually return to its peak period, even beyond the peak period. When the low-end version of Taeguang formation array is activated, Yi Tian's duplicate body needs to activate the formation for a long time, otherwise, once it stops, it will not be able to continue to restore the origin of eternal beyond. Boom! The origin of beyond eternity is rapidly being restored. All of this, the origin of the upper realm overlords in the land of the eternal other side sensed. Desolate heavenly palace. The ancestors silently looked at the source of the eternal land, and felt that the source was recovering quickly, and was immediately shocked. This is, A.A. He recalled these years, Yi Tian, A.A. Lord of Endless, had been arranging formations in various places on the other side of eternity. He naturally knew such a big movement. And just now, the formation has covered the entire land of the other side of eternity, coupled with the restoration of the origin of the land of the other side of eternity. Obviously, this is what Yi Tian did. Recovering the 530 origin of eternal beyond, what kind of formation is this? Wild Ancestor was shocked, and other origin upper realm overlords also know about this matter, and they are all curious. So, they came to Tianshan Pavilion one after another, preparing to visit Yi Tian. However, Yi Tian didn't see them, only one sentence came out. The origin of eternal beyond will gradually recover and even surpass before, but the territory outside eternal beyond will not be restored for the time being. Hearing this, Wild Ancestor and the others were overjoyed. If the origin of the eternal beyond is beyond the past, then there will definitely be many treasures and incomparably precious resources born, and they also have the hope of breaking through to become the overlords of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm in the future. Maybe, in the future, the land of the other side of eternity will surpass the domain of reincarnation. Time flies. 6 solstice eras have passed. At this time, after a long time, the land of the other side of eternity has long since recovered, and even far surpassed the past. At this time, a large number of treasures have been born in the land of eternity, and even the east, south, west, and north are not resource poor. Humans like Yi Tian were born in the eastern part of the eternal beyond, and the entire eastern part did not have a origin upper realm heavenly ancestor at the very beginning. But now, in addition to the human race, the ancestors of the origin and upper realm are also born one by one, and the resources and energy here have begun to be comparable to the central part of the past. CJFJ. Naturally, the central part has become more prosperous, and resources have been born continuously. Gradually, more and more primordial upper realm overlords began to be born in the land of the other side of eternity. Among them, the fastest growing are undoubtedly Tianshan Pavilion and human race. At present, the ancestors of the origin of the human race joined the Tianshan Pavilion one by one, and a large number of geniuses on the other side were born. Now, Tianshan Pavilion has hundreds of origin upper realm overlords, which was unimaginable in the past. Half of them are from the human race. This is naturally the result of Yi Tian vigorously cultivating the human race, otherwise how could the human race grow so fast? Among them, the fastest growing is naturally Yi Tian's son Yi Xingchen, who has now reached the 6th level of balance. Moreover, Yi Tian often motivated the power of the 8th sequence to the Tao rule, allowing Yi Xingchen to comprehend, and already let him comprehend a little bit of the 9th sequence to the Tao rule. It can be said that Yi Xingchen is also an invincible existence in the land of eternity other than Yi Tian. Desolate heavenly palace. The ancestors of the wild are attacking the realm of the 9 awakening origin upper realm hegemony. This is a lot of good things that have been obtained recently. Coupled with countless years of preparation, there is a certain hope. Of course, the reason that really gave him the confidence to attack the realm of the 9 awakened primordial upper realm hegemony was not the fact that he had traded some infinite lord preaching experience from some primordial upper realm hegemons in Tianshan Pavilion. Part of the experience involves the major realms of the origin upper realm overlord, including the 9 awakening origin upper realm overlord realm. With a little experience, he has a greater grasp. Of course, he also paid a lot. With the passage of time, the overlords of the primordial upper realm in the ancient heavenly palace are all anxiously waiting. Finally this day, boom, a terrifying aura emanated from the depths of the ancient heavenly palace, far surpassing the 8th awakened primordial upper realm overlord. The ancestors of the wild have broken through to the realm of the 9 awakening origin upper realm hegemony. The entire desolate ancient heavenly palace is boiling, which means that the strength of the desolate ancient heavenly palace has skyrocketed, surpassing other overlord level forces and second only to Tianshan Pavilion. When they thought of Tianshan Pavilion, they shook their heads one after another. There was no idea of a comparison. Tianshan Pavilion. Yi Tian's eyes looked at the ancestors through the infinite void, but the ancestors could not perceive his prying eyes. The wild ancestor has broken through to the 9 awakened primordial upper realm overlord, it's not bad. He still wants to increase the strength of the entire eternal beyond land, and it is also a good thing to have another 9-time awakened primordial upper realm overlord. Later, he observed outside the origin realm. The group of Supreme Tao realm of Wuji Temple is still stationed there. Can they really be guarded forever? Yi Tian secretly said. He was very curious about the use of the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, and he wanted to eat it, but he was afraid of wasting the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. After thinking about it carefully, you still have to know the function of Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, and then use Wuji Supreme Tao fruit. Promise Domain, Promise Heaven Palace. In a dark hall. When Bai Yi came here, he saw a figure descend in the dark void. He immediately said respectfully, "Meet Lord Lu Ti Tianzun." The Wuji Tiangong occupies the entire Wuji domain, and the highest status is undoubtedly the Wuji Tianzun, who is the existence of the 8th level Taoist realm. And the banners are those 7-level Taoist realms. Each 7-level Taoist realm is called Tianzun in Wuji Tiangong, and Lu Ti Tianzun is one of them. As for Bai Yi, his status is second only to that of Heavenly Venerate. Bai Yi, haven't found the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit yet? Lu Ti Tianzun asked. Bai Yi lowered his head. Lord Lu Ti Tianzun, the abominable aboriginal in the source realm, does not know where the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit is hidden, and so far I can't find it. Lu Ti Tianzun was silent for a while, and then said, Bai Yi, the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit was cultivated for you to understand the 7th sequence of the Supreme Tao rules. If you can't understand the 7th sequence of the Supreme Tao rules, you will never be able to step into the 7th level to the realm of Tao. 1. Lord Lu Ti Tianzun, I know. White Leaf is very regretful. He should personally guard the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, but he was afraid of other forces secretly sabotaging it, and worried about the news leaking. The other 6th-level Supreme Tao realm venerables of Wuji Temple were jealous, so he only sent his own first-layer Supreme Tao realm to guard it. Let them make an oath. I thought that there would be no accident, but I didn't expect to be snatched by a native of the source world. Unexpected. Lu Ti Tianzun threw a seed over. This is the seed of the Wuji Supreme Tao tree. I got it personally from that place. This is the last seed. This time you find a source realm to breed again. If you still lose it, then don't even think about breaking through to the 7th layer of the Supreme Tao. The realm is over, Lu Ti Tianzun said. Thank you, Lord Lu Ti Tianzun. Bai Yi said excitedly. HMPH, if it wasn't for your mother's face, do you think I would give you a second seed? After speaking, Lu Ti Tianzun's figure dissipated, and Bai Yi also left. Soon after, those who were outside the source realm where Yi Tian was located were withdrawn one after another. Hey, they actually withdrew, is this giving up? Yi Tian is very curious. Chapter 2793 brought resources back. The knowledge of the Wuji Tiangong has withdrawn, which is naturally a good thing for Yi Tian. In this way, he can bring the resources in the promised domain back to the other side of eternity, thereby helping the human race to cultivate more origin upper realm overlords and Supreme Tao realm. Otherwise, it would be too difficult to cultivate some Supreme Tao realm just by relying on the resources of the source realm. Especially his son Yi Xingchen, who took the same path as him, needed resources that were unimaginable. I can't come back for the time being. I'll wait and see for a while to see. If Wuji Tiangong really gives up this source world, I'll let other copy bodies come back secretly. Yi Tian secretly said. In the following years, Yi Tian waited for a long time. This day, he copied the bodies of other Supreme Tao realm, and came here to see if there was any Supreme Tao realm hidden in the dark. As a result, no other traces of the Taoist realm were found. He walked around and left again. At this time, he was sure that Wuji Tiangong had really withdrawn. After all, this territory is the barren land of the Promised Territory, and there are no resources. Staying in this area is a waste of time, and it is difficult to progress in cultivation. Therefore, in the absence of other benefits, Wuji Tiangong will not be dispatched to Tao realm to stay here for a long time. Certainly, even if Wuji Tiangong gave up the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, he had to be careful not to expose it, otherwise the powerhouses of Wuji Tiangong would definitely hunt him down again. Xuanline Mountain Realm. Another long time passed, and Yi Tian's 8th sequence Tao rule items were completely exhausted. At this time, he made a preliminary calculation, based on the division of the 9th sequence rules, that his current 8th sequence Tao rule realm should be at the 20% realm, which is already a very high realm. In the years that followed, he devoted himself to creating the 8th sequence of supernatural powers. He felt like he was about to create it. Sure enough, after one Tao era, Yi Tian finally created the first 8th sequence Supreme Tao divine ability. This 8th sequence Supreme Tao divine ability was perfected and derived from the Supreme Tao Spear technique and was still named the Supreme Tao Spear technique. After creating the 8th sequence to Tao's supernatural power, Yi Tian's strength undoubtedly skyrocketed. This day, in the depths of Xuanline Mountain, he found another Supreme Tao strange object. The strength of this Supreme Tao strange thing is quite good. It is the Tao Qi Logistics Light Shuttle, which is mainly based on speed. It can be said that once the Dodge Logistics Light Shuttle is lost, it is completely possible to escape, and it is extremely difficult to kill it. Before he created the 8th sequence Supreme Tao divine ability, Yi Tian had no certainty to kill it. But now, he is naturally full of confidence. In the beginning, Yi Tian hid his strength and was inseparable from the Dodge Logistics Shuttle. Suddenly, Yi Tian burst into flames, exerting the 8th sequence to Tao divine ability to Tao extreme spear technique with all his strength. Boom! This gun directly penetrated the Dodge Logistics Light Shuttle, and then all kinds of restricted supernatural powers suppressed the opponent, and the dense guns blocked any direction that the Dodge Logistics Light Shuttle might escape. After several tricks, the Dodge Logistics Shuttle was killed and failed to escape. Get rid of it! Yi Tian was excited. He actually didn't have much confidence, but after one move hit the Dodge Logistics Shuttle, the Dodge Logistics Shuttle couldn't escape. Only then can he kill the Dodge Shuttle. In the light shuttle of the Dodge, he found a piece of the core, which contained the original power of the 8th sequence of the rules of the Tao, and was much better than the 8th sequence of the rules of the Tao before. In this way, he can use this piece of fragment to comprehend many years. Another time passed. With the help of countless resources in the depths of the Xuanline Mountains, Yi Tian's cultivation has finally entered the late stage of the first level Tao realm. The higher the cultivation, the less the resources here will help me. Yi Tian muttered. He also understands that the greatest value of this Xuanline Mountain realm is these supernatural things. Although other resources are very good, they are actually only useful for the second level or third level Taoist realm. But his combat power has actually reached the 4th level Tao realm, and his physical strength is comparable to the 4th level Tao realm, and many resources are not very helpful to him. If he reaches the peak of the 1st level Tao realm, the resources here are estimated to be unable to help him break through to the 2nd level Tao realm. For flowers, a lot of resources in the depths of Xuanline Mountain have been scrapped by me. If you want to breed resources again, it will take many years. Why don't you bring these resources out? Yi Tian decided. Of course, it is absolutely impossible for him to go out directly like this, and he can go out as a disciple of Tezu Palace. Then, in the years that followed, he secretly spied to see if there were any Tezu Palace disciples who had fallen in the Xuanline Mountain realm. Once a Tezu Palace disciple falls here, he will immediately copy the other's body and go out. Of course, he will still leave the cloned body here, looking for the most amazing things. Years go by. This day, Yi Tian saw that a disciple of Tezu Palace who was not very strong fell into the hands of some powerful creatures, and all the people in the realm of the Tao under her command died. 0. It's her. This Tezu Palace disciple is named Zhan Yun, and he is in the middle stage of the second stage of the Taoist realm. Xuanyan copied the body successfully. Although it is a woman who is in the Tao state, Yi Tian doesn't care, and he doesn't know how many times he copied the woman's body in the past. Subsequently, Xuanyan copied his body and took all the resources he had collected over the years and went out from the exit of Xuanline Mountain. At the moment when he left the exit, a statue of Tai Sui looked over and saw that Zhan Yun had come out, but he did not seriously investigate. Subsequently, Yi Tian left here as Xuanyan, and then kept on shuttle, came to a remote place, and then changed to another copy body. After that, he continued to rush to the source realm where the land of the other side of eternity was located. After a period of time, Yi Tian finally came back, and then returned to the land of eternity with a real body clone. Tiantian Pavilion. The void split open, Yi Tian's real body copied the body back, and those resources were successfully brought back. These resources are enough for the people in the Tiantian Pavilion to give birth to a large number of Taoist realms. Yi Tian smiled. Moreover, it is also possible to raise one's own cultivation to the first level to the peak of the Tao realm. But if you want to break through to the second level Tao realm, you have to think of other ways to kill the corpse. Chapter 2794 The Third Level Battlefield, The Despicable Wuji Temple. Time flies. The 10 epochs of the Tao have passed. At this time, the human race gave birth to a large number of Origin Upper Realm Overlords, including a lot of the 9 awakened Origin Upper Realm Overlords, which were all thanks to Yi Tian bringing back those resources. However, Yi Tian's cultivation has not improved too much, and it will take some time to break through to the first level to the peak of the Dao realm. It's a pity that he has only killed one supreme Dao strange thing in the Xuanline Mountain realm these years, and he has not encountered other supreme Dao strange things. As for the 8th sequence Dao rule, it has now been upgraded to the realm of 30%, which is not bad. In addition, he created several 8th sequence Dao rules, and his strength has improved a lot. Promise Temple. A pale figure came back, and the armor on his body was already shattered. When the Supreme Dao realm came back, a strong man appeared. 530 inches, 100 battles heavenly venerate, why are you back? The other Wuji Tiangong powerhouses were surprised. Bai Zan Tianzun said helplessly, a group of illusory demons of the 7th level of the Taoist realm attacked the Loha fortress. I saw that the situation was not good, and I ran away. What? Bai Zan Tianzun, once Loha fortress misses, those guys will have to question our Wuji Tiangong. The other Wuji Tiangong experts worried. Don't worry, the big deal is to directly divide a part of the territory into a battlefield, share a little pressure for them, and this matter will pass. Bai Zan Tianzun said indifferently. That's fine too, the other Wuji Tiangong powerhouses nodded. Anyway, this is not the first time they have done this kind of thing. Not long after, a news came that the Loha fortress was breached by the Dao Void Demon. Many of the Dao realm did not escape, and suffered heavy losses. And the Bai Zan Tianzun of Wuji Tiangong was naturally questioned. A mysterious void, one after another phantoms appeared, and one of them was the Bai Zan Tianzun of Wuji Tiangong. 100 battles heavenly venerate, Loha fortress was attacked. As one of the 6th-7th level supreme Taoists in Loha fortress, you were the first to escape, causing Loha fortress to miss. How do you say how to punish you? Another 7th level supreme Taoist circumstances asked. However, Bai Zan Tianzun said indifferently, everyone, I would like to use a territory of Wuji domain as one of the battlefields and share a little pressure for other battlefields, how about it? Oh, in that case, that's fine too. But at least it has to be a 3rd level battlefield, and the territory can't be small. A 7th level Taoist asked. No problem, Bai Zan Tianzun nodded. Then, he listed the territories that were divided into the battlefield. Everyone, this is the area. Although this area is poor in energy, it is not a problem as a battlefield, and this area is vast enough, equivalent to 20% of the promised territory. One of the frontiers. These 7th level Dao realms were a little stunned, and they had to admit that the Wuji Tiangong was really cruel, and gave up 1/20th of the Wuji domain in one breath. If it were them, they would never do it. However, this territory is definitely not the main site of Wuji Tiangong, otherwise, it will not be given up directly. But they don't care, the entire Wuji domain is currently respected by the Wuji temple, and only the Wuji Tiangong has the right to speak. The other forces in the Wuji domain have no right to speak. Then it's decided that the 3rd level battlefield formation will be arranged as soon as possible, and the Void Channel will be opened at that time, and some of the Dao Void demons will be led into the battlefield to ease the pressure on other battlefields. After these 7-level Dao realm finished speaking, the phantoms dispersed. And Bai Zan Tianzun also dispersed the phantom, and his consciousness returned to the Wuji temple. Promise Temple. Several other heavenly venerates looked at Bai Zan heavenly venerate. Lu Ti Tianzun asked. 100 battle Tianzun, what do you say over there? Naturally agree, Bai Zan Tianzun said lightly. Loha fortress is not an extremely important fortress, we pay a little price, they will naturally agree. Although if I stick to it, it is indeed possible to wait until support arrives, but as soon as I can't hold it, I will die. If I sacrifice myself to protect the Loha fortress, then I will definitely not do it. Now, it will solve the problem without harming the interests of our Wuji temple, how wonderful. That's true, Lu Ti Tianzun and the others laughed. Suddenly, Tianzun Lu Ti asked, Heavenly Lord of 100 battles, if the 3rd level battlefield is set up, those supreme Dao Void demons have to be dispatched to the Dao realm to fight with them when they enter the 3rd level battlefield. If you don't stay, just leave, the pressure on other battlefields can't be relieved, and there will definitely be trouble with us. It is true that a group of supreme Dao Void demons need to be sent in, but I didn't say that we must enter the supreme Dao realm of our promised heavenly palace. Bai Zan Tianzun sneered. Slightly send some supreme Dao realm with little potential, we promise heavenly palace. Don't raise waste. In addition, we have a lot of forces under our command, and let them send them to Dao realm. In addition, most of the territories we choose belong to Jundao Mountain, and only a small part belongs to us. Jundao Mountain is wrapped in the 3rd level battlefield, they will surely stop those supreme phantoms. 1. Yeah, the strength of Jundao Mountain is not bad, they will definitely resist and stop the Void Demon, at least they can hold on for a while. In addition, Jundao Mountain is under the command of Tezu Palace, and it is impossible for Tezu Palace to die. Moreover, Tezu Palace is also worried that the battlefield will expand to their territory, and will definitely be dispatched to the Taoist realm. In addition, we can also issue orders so that all major forces have to send some to the Taoist realm. Lu Tianzun smiled. Road. In this way, they did not lose, but other forces would suffer heavy losses. It's not too late to set up a 3-level battlefield formation. Bai Zan Tianzun urged. Jundao Mountain and the territory where many small forces around it are located are called the True Dao Domain of the Promised Domain. This area is extremely vast, but the resources are poor, there are not many strong people, but there are a lot of Dao realm. Many forces such as Jundao Mountain and Luli Golden Palace have not yet sensed the danger, and they are still practicing as usual. Unexpected. Outside this area, a statue of the 7th level Supreme Dao came, and there were many 6th level Supreme Dao realms. They put the prepared formation base directly, and began to arrange the 3-level battlefield formation. Boom! A 5.9 layer invisible barrier shrouded the entire True Dao domain. In an instant, Jundao Mountain and Looting Palace were equal in power. They felt that their territory was stripped out of the promised territory, and their faces changed greatly. Since this was not the first time, they all guessed something. No, our True Dao domain has been stripped out of the promised domain. This is the rhythm of being pulled into the battlefield. The face of the master of Jundao Mountain's 6th level to Taoist realm powerhouse changed dramatically. He never thought that this kind of thing would actually be the turn of the True Dao domain. The key is that the Wuji Tiangong is too shameless, without any notice, and sent them directly to the battlefield. If notified, Jundao Mountain can completely withdraw from the Jundao domain. Despicable and shameless Wuji Tiangong. The Lord of True Dao roared. Chapter 2795 Uses of Wuji Supreme Dao Fruit. The mountain master of the True Dao wanted to withdraw, but the Wuji Tiangong had already prepared, and when the 3rd-level battlefield formation was arranged, it completely blocked the True Dao domain. The True Dao mountain master crossed over to the battlefield barrier, and wanted to break the barrier before the great formation was completely completed. However, boom, 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 the bombardment one after another only caused the great formation to tremble, but it was unable to break the great formation. And with the passage of time, the grand formation was completely built. The realm is completely blocked. In desperation, he could only return to True Dao Mountain. With such a big movement, the Wuji Tiangong has set up a 3-level battlefield formation in the True Dao domain, which naturally cannot be concealed from the Tezu Palace. Immediately, the 6th-7th level members of the Tezu Palace arrived at the Taoist realm, and the leader was Tezu. However, Tianzun Luti and Tianzun Beizan stopped Tezu and the others. Tezu, stop, Luti Tianzun said. Luti Tianzun, what are you going to do in Wuji Tiangong? Why do you set up a 3rd-level battlefield formation in the True Dao domain? Tai Xian asked. 29 Wow. Bai Zan Tianzun waved his hand, and an agreement from that place was revealed in the form of a secret script. We have signed an agreement with Wuji Tiangong, and the True Dao domain is about to become a 3rd-level battlefield, reducing the burden on other battlefields. This matter has been set and cannot be changed. Why, are you Tezu Palace going to rebel? Bai Zan Tianzun said coldly. Tezu stared at the agreement and didn't speak for a long time. Walk. Tezu and the others all withdrew. This Wuji domain is still the master of Wuji Tiangong, and their Tezu Palace can't compete, and they are not qualified to represent Wuji domain, and they don't even have the opportunity to refute. After returning to Tezu Palace, Tezu and the others were extremely annoyed. What's the matter? Why did the realm of the real world suddenly become a battlefield? Before the catastrophe came, the Supreme Dao Void Demon has not invaded in a big way. If it invaded in a big way, the Wuji Temple will definitely let us as cannon fodder. Why do you suddenly have to set up a 3rd-level battlefield? There must be something that we don't know about, let's find out. Subsequently, 7th-level Taoists from Tezu Palace went to inquire about news. Soon after, they learned the specific information. Knowing that the Beizan Tianzun retreated without a fight and lost the Loha fortress, this caused the anger there, and the Wuji Tiangong made the True Dao domain a 3rd-level battlefield, just to exonerate himself. Damn Wuji Tiangong! Tai Su was annoyed. Jundao Mountain is one of the top affiliated forces under their command, so they were pitted by Wuji Tiangong. In fact, even if the Beizan Tianzun of Wuji Tiangong wants to get rid of the crime, he can negotiate with other forces in Wuji realm, choose a territory to become a third-level battlefield, and let some innocent people withdraw. But Wuji Tiangong did not spread any news, and directly blocked the true Dao domain. Teizu, or else start the plan now. Another 7th level to Dao realm said. No, it's too early to launch the plan, just wait. If we launch the plan now, we only have a 10% chance. Tai Su shook his head and said. 10% chance is too low, they dare not take the risk. If they fail, they all have to die. The real Dao domain has been transformed into a third-level battlefield, and we can't enter it. At most, only the 6th-level Taoist realm is allowed to enter. Moreover, the strength of the 6th-level Taoist realm will be suppressed, and only the 5th-level Taoist realm can truly exert its full strength. Realm. On the 3rd-level battlefield, the 5th-level Dao realm is the main force, and the 3rd and 4th-level Dao realm can only be reduced to cannon fodder. With the style of the Wuji temple, we will definitely order the Dao realm of our major forces to enter the 3rd-level battlefield, to fight against those illusory demons. Teizu guessed. It must be like this, but we can't refuse. Another 7th-level Taoist said helplessly. What happened? Yi Tian also sensed that the entire source realm seemed to be stripped away by the promise realm, and then he went out to investigate, only to find that the realm where the source realm was located was blocked by the promise heavenly palace. At first, he didn't understand what this was for. But soon, Jun Daoshan spread all the information. This time, the entire true Dao domain, big and small, knew about the battlefield and the existence of the supreme Dao void demon. For a time, all the creatures in the entire true Dao domain were terrified. Even Yi Tian's expression changed. Because, he inquired about a piece of news, the source world could not stop the illusory demon. The source realm is isolated from everything, and outsiders cannot enter. No matter how powerful the Taoist realm is, it is difficult to enter the original realm, unless it is an extremely powerful Taoist realm that directly smashes the source realm. However, the void demon is different. The void demon can devour the origin realm little by little, and finally break the barriers of the origin realm, thus entering the origin realm. How terrifying is the void demon, once it enters the source world, who can stop it? At that time, he will not be able to protect the land of eternity. Of course, knowing that the illusory demons may not necessarily be regarded as the source realm, their first goal is naturally the other supreme realm, but once the real realm is completely occupied, the eternal land will naturally not be able to be preserved. Must grow up as soon as possible, Yi Tian said urgently. But how about a rapid increase in strength now? Yi Tian has no good solution for the time being. The promise of Dao fruit. He thought of this treasure, which might help him quickly improve his strength. In the past, he did not dare to inquire about the information of Wuji Supreme Daoguo, but now that the real Dao domain has been blocked, he naturally doesn't care. True ancient capital. This is one of the ancient capitals under the command of Jundao Mountain, and now there are a large number of Taoist realms gathered here. Because the entire true Dao domain has been reduced to a third-level battlefield, this place is undoubtedly one of the safest places. Yi Tian came here and felt that everyone in the realm was extremely frightened, and they were discussing how to leave the realm of the real realm. However, even the true Dao Mountain Master can't leave. How can they go? Unless you get the permission of the 530th Palace of Wujishan, you can leave, otherwise you can't leave. Afterwards, Yi Tian inquired about Wuji Supreme Daoguo's information here, and it didn't take long for him to actually inquire about it. And this information cost him several thousand Zidao coins. Soon, he knew what the Wuji Supreme Dao fruit was. The Wuji Supreme Dao tree grows from the seeds of the Wuji Supreme Dao tree that absorb the origin of the source world, and the Wuji Supreme Dao tree seeds come from outside the Wuji domain. The Wuji Supreme Dao fruit needs more than 1,000,000 years to be able to cultivate. A Wuji Supreme Dao tree can only give birth to a Wuji Supreme Dao fruit. 1. The Wuji Supreme Dao fruit can help the Supreme Dao realm of the 8th sequence Supreme Dao rule perfection to understand the 7th sequence Supreme Dao rule, but it is not 100%, but the success rate is 50%. The Wuji Supreme Dao fruit also helps to break the bottleneck, and is most suitable for the 6th level Dao realm to impact the 7th level Dao realm. Now, Yi Tian finally knew the value of Wuji Supreme Dao fruit. No wonder Wuji Tiangong was so angry. The Wuji Supreme Dao fruit is really of great help to me, but if I refine it, it would be a pity. Yi Tian murmured. But if you think about it carefully, in this situation, it is very urgent, and you have to use it if you are reluctant to use it. It was stolen anyway, so you don't need to use it for nothing. When the cultivation base has reached the peak of the first level Dao realm, immediately use the Wuji Dao fruit to break through the realm and hit the second level Dao realm. By the way, the realm of the 8th level Dao rules can skyrocket. Yi Tian thought to himself. Chapter 2796 to Dao Void Demon Invasion begins. This day, Wuji Tiangong began to build a void channel, allowing other supreme Dao Void demons to enter this third-level battlefield, thereby reducing the pressure on other battlefields. However, the successful construction of the void channel cannot be done so quickly, and authorization is required. However, Wuji Tiangong has begun to issue orders to prepare Teizu Palace and many other forces to enter this third-level battlefield at any time to block the Dao Void Demon, and also promises many benefits. The more Void Demons killed, the more rewards. For Wuji Tiangong, it is worth paying a little resource that is not urgently needed to ensure that Wuji Tiangong is not damaged. Moreover, the Supreme Dao Void Demon is very terrifying. If the Dao realm falls, it is impossible to come to Wuji Temple to exchange resources, and they don't even need to pay anything. The Teizu Palace and other forces are naturally extremely annoyed at the orders of the Wuji Temple, but they dare not disobey, and more or less still have to send some to the Dao realm. Of course, it is not without benefits to kill the illusory demon. For example, after killing the illusory demon, you can obtain the resources of the illusory demon, some of which are extremely high. In addition, killing the void demon and letting the void demon fall in this piece of heaven and earth will be gifted by the source of heaven and earth, which can increase the cultivation base. It's a pity that the void demon is too difficult to kill, and the rescue is fast. Even if the void demon is killed, it is possible to be besieged and die, and there is no way to escape. Before I knew it, another period of time passed. At this moment, Teizu Palace and many other forces sent a group of Supreme Dao Realm into the third-level battlefield True Dao Domain, but they all came in with battlefield orders. The battlefield order allows the Supreme Dao Realm to freely enter and exit the battlefield in the outside world, but it can only be entered and exited at a specific portal, and once it dies, the battlefield order will be broken. It is impossible to snatch other battlefield orders from the Dao Realm. Wuji Tiangong also sent some Supreme Dao Realm in, but they are all Dao Realm with little strength, and their potential is exhausted, and there is almost no hope of progress. Anyone can see that these Supreme Dao Realms are the waste of Wuji Temple. Teizu Battle City. This is a new battle city built by the Teizu Palace on the third-level battlefield. Many Supreme Dao Realms can be attached to the Teizu Palace. If they kill the Supreme Dao Void Demon, the Teizu Palace can ask the Wuji Temple for rewards. Yi Tian also came here and was under the command of Teizu Palace. He did not dare to rely on the Wuji Palace, after all, he was wanted by the Wuji Tiangong. Of course, when he came to Teizu Palace, he wore a mask of the weapon of the Supreme Dao, and used the 8th sequence rule of the Dao to blend into the mask, which could cover up his aura and appearance, and it was not easy to be recognized. Subsequently, he applied for a pseudo-battlefield order from Teizu War City, except that he couldn't leave the battlefield. The other functions were similar to the battlefield order. It won't take long for the Void Passage to be built, and the Void Demons will come. Kill as many Void Demons as possible, and get the gift of the origin of the world, so that you can break through to the peak of the first-level Void Realm faster, otherwise it will be based on my progress. Speed. To become the peak of the first-level Taoist realm, I am afraid that it will take dozens of Taoist eras. Maybe at that time the battlefield of the real Taoism has completely fallen. Yi Tian secretly said. Some more days passed. Somewhere in the True Dao domain, a huge area began to shatter, forming a void passage that connected the unknown outside the promised domain. A huge black figure walked out of the void passage. This is a phantom demon of the 5th level to the realm of the Dao. It took a deep breath, looked around again, determined that this was a third-level battlefield, showed an excited look, and immediately went back to report. Soon, a Supreme Dao Void Demon came over. They did not immediately invade the True Dao domain, but waved their hands and sacrificed one after another fortress. The dense fortresses spread all over this area, thus forming a great formation, which completely protected this void passage. Boom! A Supreme Taoist virtual demon in the 6th level Taoist realm came over quickly, and then began to discuss how to invade the real Taoist realm. At the same time, the Teizu Palace and other forces also knew that the Dao Void Demon had invaded, and their faces became solemn. The Mountain Master of the True Dao is even more frightened. The 6th level Dao realm who came in from outside support still has a way to escape, but he can't escape. He is the most likely to fall. The high-level officials of the Teizu Palace and many other forces are currently having a meeting. As for Wuji Tiangong, they felt that they could not count on it. The key is that they must also block the invasion and consume the number of Dao Void demons, otherwise they will be blamed, and the Wuji Tiangong can trade with them, but they are the unlucky ones. At the meeting, Tai Su said, according to the investigation, this time, the Supreme Dao Void Demon sent 13 6th level Dao level, more than 800 5th level Dao level, 30,000 4th level Dao level, and hundreds of thousands of 3rd level Dao level. This scale is acceptable, not too big. We dispatched some of our strength, and we can barely hold it. 1. Quote. I hope that the Void Demon will not send any more troops, otherwise we will suffer heavy losses. According to what we know, the Supreme Dao Void Demon has also invested a lot of troops in other battlefields, and they will not send a large number of troops before the catastrophe. But once tens of thousands of Dao era years pass, then we will be in trouble. Quote. And the 7th level to understand the actual situation is clear, they must start the Wuji Tiangong during this period, otherwise they will die in the future. Subsequently, they began to command the battle and let the Supreme Dao realm on the 3rd level battlefield block the Dao Void demons. Somewhere in the realm, Yi Tian was arranged by the Teizu Palace to sit here, and once he found out that there was a Supreme Dao Void demon or a Supreme Dao monster nearby, he would not stop him at all costs. He is a first-level Taoist cultivation base, because he is assigned to many first-level Taoist realms. Because their cultivation base is too low, they can only block cannon fodder such as Dao monsters. If they encounter Dao Void demons, they can only choose to flee for their lives. Yi Tian didn't want to act together with these first-level Dao realms, he was going to act alone. His purpose is to kill the Dao Void demon. Only by killing the Dao Void demon can he obtain the gift of the source of heaven and earth, and killing too many Dao Void demons is useless. There was news of the rescue, and it was obvious that the Supreme Dao Void demon or the Supreme Dao monster came here. Swish, a Supreme Dao realm dispatched to rescue or block the Supreme Dao monster. Yi Tian naturally also dispatched, and he went directly to the area where there might be a virtual demon. Soon, he found 6 Supreme Dao illusory demons, apparently the Supreme Dao illusory demon team. Chapter 2797 Prepare to hit the first level to the peak of Taoism. Yi Tian saw these 6 Supreme Dao Void demons, and these 6 Supreme Dao Void demons naturally also noticed Yi Tian. An ant in the first realm of Dao, kill him. A Supreme Dao Void demon shuttled over, ready to kill Yi Tian at will. These 6 Supreme Dao Void demons are not weak, the weakest one is the 3rd level Dao realm, and the most powerful one is the 4th level peak Dao realm. Any Void demon team of the Supreme Dao must at least have a 4th level peak to Dao realm, or even a 5th level to Dao realm. Can kill, he is ready to completely wipe out this Supreme Dao Void demon team. Puff. The Supreme Dao Void demon who came over was instantly killed by Yi Tian's casual shot. Immediately afterward, Yi Tian performed the 8th sequence to the Dao Divine Ability to Dao Flowing technique, shuttled in an instant, and killed the other 5 Supreme Dao Void demons. And these 5 Supreme Dao Void demons were really shocked, they thought that the Supreme Dao Void demon could solve Yi Tian just now, and then continued on their way, but they were killed by Yi Tian in the 1st level Dao realm. Boom! The 5 Supreme Dao Void demons shot together, besieging Yi Tian. But they still underestimated Yi Tian's strength. Puff puff! A famous Dao Void demon was beheaded by Yi Tian, and even the Void demon of the 4th level to the peak of the 530 Dao realm was also killed by Yi Tian's extreme spear technique. Shattered. The 4th level Dao Void demon, who was at the peak of Dao realm, was terrified and fled while asking for help. However, his speed is not as fast as Yi Tian. Soon, he was beheaded by Yi Tian in this void. Subsequently, Yi Tian took the treasure resources from them one by one and quickly evacuated from here. Not long after Yi Tian left, a figure descended here, and it was a phantom demon who was at the peak of the 5th level Dao realm. He took a look and found that the Supreme Dao Void demon team had been killed, and the enemy had disappeared. This made him extremely annoyed. Another place. Yi Tian stopped and took a look at the resource treasure that he got this time. Although it's not much, it's still okay, there are some resources that are useful to me. Yi Tian murmured. In addition, he killed 6 Supreme Dao Void demons, false battlefield orders, and recorded his military exploits. However, he is not going to exchange it now, and will exchange it after he has killed enough military exploits. There are also gifts from the origin of the world. He can accept this gift at any time. Look at the effect of the gift of the origin of heaven and earth. Yi Tian's thoughts moved, and the origin of heaven and earth descended, and a large number of origins merged into Yi Tian's body, improving his cultivation. This kind of gift comes from the source, and the refining speed is very fast. Before long, he was completely refined. As for the cultivation base, it has improved a little, but not much. Sure enough, killing only 6 Supreme Tao Void Demons is not very helpful, but once you kill a lot of Supreme Tao Void Demons, you will get more gifts from the origin of heaven and earth, and you may be able to quickly upgrade to the peak of the first level Tao realm. Yi Tian thought to himself. In the days that followed, Yi Tian devoted himself to looking for the ultimate Tao Void Demon to hunt. Gradually, more and more Void Demons died in his hands. Of course, there are times when he is unlucky. For example, when he encounters the illusory demon of the 5th stage, he doesn't even have the chance to escape. In this case, he will directly cancel the copy body and let the body collapse. From the point of view of the Supreme Tao Void Demon, this is suicide. They may find it strange, but they won't get into it. Teizu Battle City. The 6th level peak of Teizu Palace is the Taoist realm. The master of Longqin Palace sits here. At this time, there are some injuries on her body, the injuries she suffered while fighting a 6th level peak to Tao Void Demon not long ago. A Tai Suwei of the top 5 came to report the situation. Report to Palace Master Longqin. This is the list of recent losses in our Teizu Palace, as well as the approximate loss of the entire 3rd level battlefield. Wow, a list fell into the hands of the master of Longqin Palace, and she took a serious look. CJFJ, the Teizu Palace has fallen to 5 5th level Taoists, 32 4th level Taoists, and more than 100 3rd level Taoists. Looking at the shocking figures, she took a deep breath and calmed down. Other forces also suffered heavy losses, and some foreign support forces were almost wiped out, and they dared not come back to support them. And the small forces of the original True Tao domain also suffered heavy losses, many were destroyed, and even the True Tao mountain lost tens of thousands of Supreme Tao realm. But relatively speaking, the loss of the Void Demon is much less. After all, there is a large amount of ashes in the Supreme Tao Void. No matter how much the loss is, he will be the guest. Damn Wuji Temple, the loss is so serious, they still only send some waste, not even a 6th level venerable to the peak of the Taoist realm. Longqin Palace Master said angrily. If it continues like this, let alone other forces can't bear it, even Teizu Palace can't bear it. Notice, let those forces withdraw and shrink the territory. Palace Master Longqin said helplessly. What that meant, she knew very well. That is to say, once this is done, countless creatures under the Tao realm will be abandoned and will be swallowed up by the Supreme Tao Void Demon. But this is also a helpless move, because it really can't be protected. Soon after, a large number of Supreme Tao realm retreated to the territory of Teizu Battlefield and True Tao Mountain, giving up 2/3 of the territory to the Supreme Tao Void Demons. As a result, a large number of void continents in the world were occupied by the Supreme Tao Void Demon. But even so, the loss of Teizu Palace and other forces is still not small. Among them, the most nervous is undoubtedly Yi Tian. He was really afraid that these forces would be destroyed, and then completely abandon this 3rd level battlefield. At that time, he will not die, but the land of the other side of eternity will definitely be destroyed. Therefore, he must frantically slaughter these Supreme Tao Void Demons, and he is also madly devouring all kinds of resources, just to reach the peak of the 1st level Tao realm faster. Before you know it, hundreds of years have passed. After playing on the 3rd level battlefield for so long, many continents and voids in the entire battlefield have been shattered, and the losses are already incalculable. Of course, there are also some powerhouses who have risen and become famous. Because Yi Tian has always been playing small things and not fighting large-scale wars, no one knows his existence. On the other side of the Tao illusory demon, I know that there is a strange 1st level Supreme Tao realm, killing a lot of them, but committing suicide every time. At first, they didn't doubt it, but later they felt strange, thinking that Yi Tian's so-called suicide should be a means of escape, so Yi Tian was wanted and rewarded. Therefore, Yi Tian's reputation is not small on the side of the Void Demon. This day, Yi Tian has already killed quite a few Supreme Tao Void Demons, but he has never accepted the gift of heaven and earth. He plans to accept this one-off gift from the origin of heaven and earth, and hit the 1st level Tao Peak Realma unknown currency. Chapter 2798 130,000 Military Exploits, Shocked Teizu Palace. Let's start. Yi Tian accepted the gift from the origin of heaven and earth. Boom. In the depths of endless time and space, there seems to be a huge amount of origin pouring into Yi Tian's body, tempering his body up and down. His cultivation is rapidly improving, and the aura on his body is getting stronger and stronger. During this period, Yi Tian was also devouring all kinds of resources, just to raise his cultivation base to the first level to the peak of the Tao realm as soon as possible. Even if it is a bit wasteful, in order to improve the cultivation base, it must be done. Finally, when the gift of the source of heaven and earth was about to be exhausted, Yi Tian finally felt that there was no progress in his cultivation. This is the first level to Tao realm peak cultivation base. It's finally here, Yi Tian said excitedly. When he reaches this realm, he can go to the second level Tao realm. At this time, he took out the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit and showed a pity look. If he raises the 8th sequence to the 100% realm, and then hits the bottleneck, not only can he break the shackles of his cultivation, but he can also break the shackles of the Supreme Tao rules and understand the 7th sequence to the Tao rules. But, there was no time for him to grow up slowly. So, he must take it now. Gollum, Yi Tian swallowed this Wuji Supreme Tao fruit in one breath. In an instant, with the help of Wuji Supreme Tao fruit, his comprehension increased to an incomparably terrifying level, and he also saw the higher realm of the Supreme Tao rule, which is the 7th sequence of the Supreme Tao rule. With the help of such terrifying comprehension, one can imagine how terrifying progress is by personally comprehending the 7th sequence to Tao rules. No wonder Wuji Supreme Tao fruit can have a 50% chance to let the 6th level Tao realm comprehend the 7th sequence of Tao rules, but unfortunately it is impossible for me to comprehend the 7th sequence of Tao rules. I can only try my best to comprehend the 8th sequence to Tao rules. Understand more. Yi Tian secretly said. He devoted himself to comprehending the 8th sequence of Tao rules, and as for the cultivation base, he could easily break through it. Boom! He broke the bottleneck of the second level Tao realm, easily shattered the shackles, and his cultivation base quickly rose to the early stage of the second level Tao realm, and his strength was soaring every moment. I don't know how long has passed. This day, the promised Tao fruit has exhausted its energy and has been completely exhausted by refining. At this time, Yi Tian's face showed excitement. The 8th sequence to Tao rules have risen sharply. Yi Tian was excited. He calculated that his 8th sequence rule of the Tao had already risen to the level of 72%, what a rapid progress this is. As for the cultivation base, it has just broken through to the level of the second level Tao realm. After all, the Wuji Supreme Tao fruit is mainly used to improve the Tao rules, not to improve the cultivation realm. It is not bad to be able to break the realm. With my current strength, I am enough to be a 5th layer to Tao Void Demon in an instant, and I have accumulated a lot of military exploits over the years, so I can go to Tezu Battle City to exchange a lot of resources. Yi Tian stabilized his cultivation a little, and then went to Tezu Battle City. Tezu Battle City. At this time, the Supreme Tao realm here is expressionless. Obviously, the defeats in these years have led to the fall of many Supreme Tao realm. It is strange that they can have a good expression. Yi Tian came to Tezu Battle City and felt the depression here, and could even feel the fear, unease and despair in the heart of every Supreme Tao. He didn't think too much, and soon came to the Tezu Battle Hall, where the exchange of military merit resources was carried out. Walking into the Tezu Battle Hall, a staff member is handling the merit exchange business for some Supreme Tao realm. Soon, it was Yi Tian's turn. When Yi Tian took out the pseudo-battlefield order and asked the staff member to inquire about it, the other party quickly showed a shocked expression. Subsequently, she continued to inquire and confirmed that it was correct. However, he couldn't believe it at all, so he secretly sent a message to the top of the Tezu Battle Hall, that is, a 5th level to Tao realm in the Tezu Palace. After all, this military exploit is not like what a second-level Taoist can do at all, it is simply too exaggerated. How many phantom demons have to be killed to get so many military exploits? Swish! A 5th level to Tao realm appeared beside the staff member, and she took over. Your Excellency, you have obtained a total of 136,500 military exploits. Due to the large number of combat exploits, we need to verify it. The Tezu Palace 5th level Taoist said. It is good. Yi Tian said it doesn't matter. Although this time may lead to the exposure of his identity, it will definitely be exposed later, at most it will be exposed in advance. A second-level Taoist realm 130,001 military exploits. For Flowersa, when the palace master Longchen heard this information, he was immediately shocked. Afterwards, she urged a 6-patterned weapon of the Tezu Palace, Wan Shi. It turned out to be true. Immediately, he became curious about Yi Tian. Her gaze passed through the Tezu Battle Hall and looked at Yi Tian. Even though Yi Tian has some disguise, but in the eyes of Longchen Palace Master, she can't hide the rules of the Supreme Tao, which are stronger than Yi Tian's. In an instant, Yi Tian's true appearance was exposed. She doesn't know Yi Tian, but she can investigate based on Yi Tian's breath and appearance. Soon, the results of the investigation came out. There is no information on Yi Tian in Wuji domain, but Yi Tian was wanted by Wuji Tiangong, which can be found. Point 0. After all, there was a lot of fuss about this incident, and it was easy to find out. Offend Wuji Tiangong, and he still hasn't died. The palace master Longchen wanted to see Yi Tian. After Yi Tian's military exploits were confirmed, he let Yi Tian select the resource reward. Hundreds of thousands of military exploits are enough to exchange for a lot of good things and resources. Are there any secret techniques or treasures to find the most amazing things? Yi Tian asked. Looking for the Dodgers. Taizhou Palace's 5th level to the Taoist realm is stunned. What is the requirement? However, military merit can be exchanged for everything, which was said at the beginning. Unless the item is too rare, or it is not allowed to be exchanged, it will not be exchanged. But Yi Tian's request did not belong to the category of prohibition of exchange. Yes, said the 5-level Supreme Dao realm. Ji Dao strange things are hidden very deeply, even if we enter the strange land where Da Dao strange things can be born, only Da Dao strange things can find us, and it is difficult for us to take the initiative to encounter Ji Dao Qi. However, the major forces continue to study and create secret techniques that can sense the most extraordinary things, but these secret techniques are very precious and very tasteless. Are you sure you really want to exchange? Sure, Yi Tian affirmed. This kind of secret technique is tasteless to other Supreme Dao realms, but it is very important to him. If there is such a secret technique, he can find more strange objects in the Xuanline Mountain realm, and after killing them, he can get more items of the 8th sequence of the rules of the Dao, so that the rules of the 8th sequence of the Dao can be quickly improved. Corpse. Chapter 2799 The Secret Technique of the Great Ghost River, see the Palace Master of Longchen. Okay, this is a secret technique that can be exchanged, you choose one. 1. A secret technique was presented in front of Yi Tian, allowing Yi Tian to choose one. The Great Dawn Mystery Technique, which can detect the 8th sequence to Dao strange objects, is extremely difficult to cultivate, and needs to understand 60% of the 8th sequence to Dao rules, exchange requirements, 60,000 military exploits. The secret technique of the Great Ghost River, which can detect the 8th sequence to the Dao strange objects, the difficulty of cultivation is easy. Each time you use it, you will lose your physical body, only 30% of the 8th sequence to the Dao rules, exchange requirements, 30,000 military exploits. The divine art of Wuji ruins, which can detect the 7th sequence to Dao strange objects, is extremely difficult to cultivate, and needs to understand the 7th sequence to Dao rules, exchange requirements, 1 million military exploits. There are a total of more than a dozen secret techniques presented here, some of which Yi Tian cannot currently exchange. After thinking about it carefully, he still chose the Great Ghost River secret technique. Although he can practice the Dacheng 530 Shi secret technique, which meets the requirements, but if the training is extremely difficult, it will take a long time to practice, and the Dogweihei secret technique is easy to practice, although there are flaws, but he can change the copy body. This kind of secret technique is very suitable for him. So, he chose the Great Ghost River secret technique. I choose to exchange for the Great Ghost River secret technique. Yi Tian said. The 5th level Dao realm of Taizhou Palace did not say anything, and went through the exchange procedures for Yi Tian. However, the Taizhou Battle Hall naturally does not have the Great Ghost River secret technique, and it still needs to be obtained from the outside world and sent over, which takes time. So, he needs to wait some days. So, Yi Tian was going to wait for the Great Ghost River secret technique inheritance to be delivered in Taizhou Battle City. And just when Yi Tian left the Taizhou Battle Hall, a figure appeared in front of him, and it was the Palace Master Longchen. Yi Tian also knew the identity of the other party by copying his body. I have seen the Palace Master Longchen, Yi Tian said respectfully. The Palace Master Longchen smiled and said, are you interested in having a chat? Yi Tian knew that his identity should have been exposed, otherwise, the 6th level Taoist peak powerhouse like the Palace Master Longchen would not come to him. Subsequently, Yi Tian came to an attic in Taizhou Battle City with the Palace Master Longchen. It is quiet here, and there is no other way to disturb it. At this time, the Master of Longchen Palace took out a wanted order from Wuji Tiangong. You must be the one who is wanted by Wuji Tiangong. Yes, could it be that Longchen Palace mainly grabbed me to invite rewards to Wuji Tiangong? Yi Tian smiled lightly. He knew that the relationship between Tezu Palace and Wuji Tiangong was not good, and the actions of Wuji Tiangong this time made many forces extremely dissatisfied. Therefore, he dared to expose, not afraid of worrying about his own situation. Palace Master Longchen shook his head. Of course I wouldn't do this. I'm just curious, why you, a mere 2-level Taoist, can make Venerable White Leaf of Wuji Temple want you. Venerable White Leaf. Yi Tian only knew that Wuji Tiangong wanted him, but he didn't know who wanted him. Now it seems that it is the White Leaf Venerable. As the Palace Master Longchen curious about the reason, Yi Tian said lightly. It's okay if you don't say it. Palace Master Longchen said with a smile. It's very simple. I destroyed Venerable White Leaf's plan, so I was wanted by the Promise Heavenly Palace. Yi Tian said lightly. You are very powerful, the master of the Longchen Palace praised. The Venerable Bai Yi can mobilize the Wuji Tianshu ball in the Wuji Temple. Logically speaking, you can't avoid the pursuit of the Wuji Tianshu ball, unless you have been hiding in the source. In the world, of course, it doesn't matter. I want to solicit you on behalf of Tezu Palace. How? To recruit me? Yi Tian pondered for a while. I saw the Palace Master Longchen continued. What we are looking at is your potential and strength. You can obtain so many military exploits, your real strength must be very powerful, and I can sense from you the 8th sequence of the rules of the Tao. Breath, it is the first time that I can comprehend the rules of the 8th sequence in the realm of the 2nd level to the Tao. I remember that Tezu Palace is a female power. Do you want me to join Tesue? Yi Tian asked. Yes. Palace Master Longchen nodded. What benefits can I get? Yi Tian only cares about this. The Master of Longchen Palace said. First of all, we can prevent you from being discovered by the Wuji Temple. Even if they are discovered, the Tezu Palace can keep you. After all, it is only Venerable Bai who has offended you, not the entire Wuji Temple. In addition, after joining the Tezu Palace, you can gain more inheritance knowledge, which is very helpful for you to reach a higher realm in the future. Yes, Yi Tian agreed. Seeing that Yi Tian had agreed, the Palace Master Longchen was in a good mood. She recruited Yi Tian, just because Yi Tian's potential is very good. There is hope in the future to become the 6th level Taoist realm or even the 7th level Taoist realm. In that case, the strength of the Tezu Palace can be greatly improved, adding a little bit to compete with the Wuji Temple's heritage. Suddenly, Yi Tian asked again, Palace Master Longchen, will the battlefield of the true Tao domain be abandoned? Palace Master Longchen was silent for a while, and said, it will not be given up for the time being. Temporary. In other words, if you are really in a desperate situation, you will still be abandoned. Is there no way to drive away the Void Demon? Yi Tian asked. Palace Master Longchen smiled bitterly and said, first, it is difficult to drive away. Our strength is really not equal to Tao Void Demon, and even if we can drive away, Wuji Heavenly Palace will not allow it to drive away. In fact, it is to hold back these supreme Tao Void Demons and reduce the pressure on other battlefields as much as possible. Other battlefields? Yi Tian was puzzled. His level of contact is not high, so he doesn't know the specific truth. The Lord of Longchen Palace continued. True Tao Domain is a 3rd-level battlefield. The location chosen by Wuji Tiangong is also a Tianzun of Wuji Tiangong who fled the battle, resulting in the fortress being broken. Attracting a group of Supreme Tao Void Demons in that case, other battlefields are equivalent to less Supreme Tao Void Demons. Thissa Yi Tian is speechless. Can it still be so? 5.9. The Wuji Tiangong is too pitiful. The key is that the Wuji Tiangong has not suffered any losses. The Palace Master Longchen continued. If we all withdraw, we will definitely retreat when the Tao Void Demon completely destroys the true Tao domain. At that time, other battlefields will definitely increase the pressure, and then the Wuji Temple will be punished again. Therefore, the 3rd-level battlefield in the true Tao domain must maintain at least 10,000 years of the Tao era, which is the minimum period. The Promise Heavenly Palace is afraid of punishment. Could it be that there is a power beyond the Promise Heavenly Palace? Yi Tian was very curious. Palace Master Longchen didn't say anything, but said, this is not something you can understand right now. When you improve your cultivation and reach my level, you will understand a little bit, but you can only understand a little bit. A lot of information is not allowed to be known. Yi Tian nodded, indicating that he understood. Chapter 2800 Showing Strength, the Shock of the Palace Master Longchen. Yi Tian, I want to test your strength. Do you know if I can? The Palace Master Longchen asked. Yi Tian used the name Yi Tian, and did not use the Lord of Infinity. In the Promise Realm, the Supreme Tao Realm with a low cultivation base has no name at all, only the real name. Therefore, the Lord of Longchen Palace called Yi Tian directly. Yi Tian has no opinion. He will definitely fight openly in the back, fight against the void demon, and his strength will definitely be exposed, so there is no need to hide it all the time. Subsequently, Palace Master Longchen brought Yi Tian to avoid. Yi Tian, you attack. The Palace Master Longchen said. Palace Master Longchen, I am offended. Yi Tian performed the flowing technique to the Dao, killing the Palace Master Longchen, condensing the Dao Ji spear technique in his hand, and stabbed the Palace Master Longchen with one blow. This blow can be called the top combat power of the 5th level to Dao realm. After seeing this blow, the Palace Master Longchen was shocked. In fact, she thought that Yi Tian's strength could reach the 4th level peak to the realm of the Dao is not bad, but the life-saving ability is strong or the means are strange, and this has killed so many Dao void demons but survived, but she did not expect to have such a terrifying power strength. 29 protective shields were condensed in front of the Lord of the Dragon Chin Palace, and the 8th sequence of the 100% perfection realm to Dao rules was integrated into it, easily resisting Yi Tian's attack. Next, no matter how Yi Tian attacked, he couldn't break the defense of Palace Master Longchen. The difference in strength between them is too great. Yi Tian, it's alright. The Master of Longchen Palace stopped Yi Tian's movements. Yi Tian put away the spear and stopped. Yi Tian, I didn't expect your strength to reach the top 5th level to the Taoist realm. You should be taking the path of the strongest and the most powerful, said Palace Master Longchen. The road to the strongest path. Yi Tian heard it for the first time. The Palace Master Longchen smiled and said, the path to the supreme path is that every realm is extremely satisfying, the foundation is extremely strong, and it is very easy to leapfrog battles, but each breakthrough is also more difficult. In the entire Wuji domain, there are only 3 on the road of Xian and Dao, 2 of them have fallen, and only 1 is still alive. Heaven and earth will naturally not return to the small place of Wujiyu. Yi Tian chatted with the Palace Master Longchen for a while, and the Palace Master Longchen personally went through the formalities for Yi Tian to join Taisawei. Moreover, he directly gave Yi Tian the position of king. Taisawei originally had 10 princes, and now Yi Tian is the 11th prince. Although he didn't make a great contribution, it is not reasonable to give such a high position directly, but Yi Tian's position currently has no real power, and he won't have many subordinates, and he is above the 3rd level battlefield, even if Taisawei is in the other realm of Taoism. Dissatisfied, will not enter the 3rd level battlefield to find trouble for Yi Tian. After Yi Tian joined Taizu Guard, he directly obtained a palace in Taizu Battle City as a place to live and retreat, and he could browse many common inheritances for free. The top inheritances needed military exploits or Taizu Palace's contribution points to exchange. Taizu Palace. Palace Master Longchen came out from the 3rd level battlefield and reported information about Yi Tian to Taizu and other 7th level realms. After all, recruiting Yi Tian will definitely offend Wuji Tiangong, so it is natural to talk about it, not to mention that Yi Tian is still on the path of being the strongest and most powerful, with unlimited potential, and he has to report on it. Soon, the Palace Master Longchen saw the Master Taizu of the Taizu Palace and several other 7-level Taoist realms. Master Taizu Palace Master, I have something important to report. The Lord of Longchen Palace said something about Yi Tian. After Taisu heard it, she was immediately shocked. The enchanting genius of the path to the Supreme Tao. Taisu felt that Yi Tian was too enchanting, even more enchanting than the genius of the Supreme Tao in the historical records. Those geniuses did not upgrade the rules of the supernatural to the 8th sequence rule of the supernatural without being in the 2nd level supernatural realm. Moreover, they can calculate that Yi Tian's cultivation time is not long, and it is incredible that Yi Tian can be promoted to the 2nd level Dao realm so quickly. If this Yi Tian can raise his cultivation to the 4th level Dao realm, and comprehend the 7th order Dao rules, then Taisu was looking forward to it. If Yi Tian really does this, then it must be a 7th level Supreme Dao realm combat power. Then, with the addition of a 7th level Supreme Dao, Taizu Palace's plan will have more hope. It's just, can Yi Tian be promoted to the 4th level Dao realm so quickly? Taizu Battle City. Yi Tian entered his palace, and then began to practice to receive the Great Ghost River's secret technique inheritance. Before long, he completely remembered the Great Ghost River's secret technique. A good and mysterious secret technique, based on the 8th sequence of Dao rules, can only be practiced into the Great Ghost River secret technique. He found that even the Great Ghost River secret technique is not easy to practice, and one can imagine how difficult it is to practice other extremely difficult secret techniques. The Great Ghost River Secret Technique is the easiest secret technique to practice when searching for the ultimate wonder, but it has to be studied slowly and carefully before it can be practiced within a certain period of time. But Yi Tian couldn't control it, he was going to try frantically, so as to quickly become the Great Ghost River Secret Technique. If you cultivate like this, it is easy to cause physical loss, but you can just replace it with a duplicate body. So, in the following years, one of his cloned bodies frantically practiced the Great Ghost River Secret Technique, and he also dispatched a cloned body to fight against the Void Demon. Somewhere on the battlefield of True Dao Domain, Yi Tian copied the body of a Supreme Dao monster, and then sneaked into a nest. This lair is the lair of the most demonic creatures. There are 6 4th-level ghosts and 73 3-level ghosts. It is the meeting point of several ghost teams. At the same time, there are a large number of Supreme Dao monsters guarding and patrolling around, even the Supreme Dao Realm powerhouse is difficult to sneak in here. After Yi Tian's Supreme Dao monster sneaked into this territory, he occupied a monster cave and began to copy his true body. Soon, the real copy body condensed out. Moreover, the imprint of the pseudo-battlefield order also emerged. Whether it is a battlefield order or a 530-person pseudo-battlefield order, it is actually linked to the battlefield formation. Even if there are multiple clones, they can still have a common battlefield order. Therefore, no matter which Yi Tian duplicates the body to kill the enemy, he can obtain the battle merits. Sneaked in, this time you can get a lot of military exploits by taking down this ultimate phantom demon's lair. Yi Tian muttered. Wow! Yi Tian performed the Dao flowing technique and quickly shuttled past. When he approached the lair, those supreme demons tried to stop him, and they all turned to ashes in a single thought. Boom! Yi Tian slammed into the lair with a savage blow, and the lair was shattered in an instant. A dozen of them were hit by the aftermath and died on the spot. Second level to Dao Realm, kill. 1. Although these Supreme Dao Void Demons saw that something was wrong with Yi Tian, they didn't expect too much, and they all killed them together. Die. One after another spear light penetrated their bodies, even if it was a 4th level illusory demon, it was the result of being swept away in seconds. In the blink of an eye, these Supreme Dao Void Demons were killed. Yi Tian waved his hand, took away the resource treasures from them, and quickly escaped from here. Not long after, several 5th level to Dao Void Demons rushed here and roared, but Yi Tian was nowhere to be found. In the days that followed, Yi Tian used this method to kill quite a few Supreme Dao Illusory Demons, and even killed a 5th layer Supreme Dao Illusory Demon, greatly reducing the pressure for other Supreme Dao realms. And at the same time, Yi Tian also practiced the Great Ghost River Secret Technique.